I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, greetings and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, Mannings Man. I hope you had a wonderful Sunday morning. You're enjoying your Sunday afternoon. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, give thanks because you are and you are doing. So give thanks that you have life, right? Give thanks that you have life. In everything we ought to give thanks, right? We look to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. Respect to one and all. Want to say a big thank you to all our subscribers. All the persons who have been supporting the channel, supporting our work. I mean, I've gotten so many commendations about the content that we put out, and I really want to thank you for your words of encouragement that helps us to keep the work going. Thanks to all our moderators. They help us in the comment section, and all the persons who are here who engage our guests in conversations as we do our live shows. Today, I have a legend with us. Legend, not just locally, but home and abroad, doing great works. And the good thing is, as a minister of the gospel, this is the first time I'm speaking to a fellow pastor who play football, who coaches and lead football. So it's going to be a very interesting debate. Look at how he synchronized his life of faith with the sport and the impact that is having. Also want to thank the sponsors for this video. Of course, our work is supported by Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada, right? And they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. And they're offering 25% discount on all their products. All you have to do is shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code I am sure sports 001, one word, and you will get that discount. Remember, they had a giveaway. They had a giveaway in 2 giveaways to one person in Canada and one person in the United States, and they're enjoying the products. And before this month end, they are going to give something away to someone in Jamaica. So big thank you to Tricknick. Keep supporting the work, and please keep supporting them. Right? I see so many comments coming in already, bigging up our guest, though they haven't seen him yet. I guess they see the name and they know the person. So don't want to waste any more time. I'm going to invite to the screen our very special guest today. I mean, don't know. His name is Juni Beckenbeaur Groves. You see all them names, right? A very long name, and I know a couple of those were not given to him by his parents, but he uses them anyway. He's also a pastor, so I don't know if I should say Pastor I mean, get the middle name. It will be too much, so let's not linger around trying to get all the names right because it will be a twisting of the tongue. All right, so here you go. Greetings.
Greetings, greetings. Greetings, man is man. Thank you very much for having me on. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely delighted to have you. Hope you had a wonderful day today and hope your family is doing well.
Well, it was an eventful day. If you notice, I'm still in my jacket. We had 90-degree winds up here, so winds are going crazy up here. And a tree came down in the facility, went into the horse paddock, so I had to go secure the horses and build back a fence before I got back to do the interview. But I just got back in time, so thank God.
All right. All right. If you have a volume button, if you could just turn it down, just turn it down, just bring it down a little bit. Yeah, and let's see. Just you're hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. No, man, you're very loud. Like, I mean,
Okay.
super loud. So that's why I want to make sure I get the volume. Listen, so again, thank you for coming on. I mean, we have heard a lot about you. There is one who is normally on this platform giving us his knowledge in terms of football. He goes by the moniker Devon Porter.
Yes,
Al-
yes.
he always
Coach
makes
Devon.
he always makes reference to you. So I'm absolutely delighted that you're here. And a couple of the interviews that I've done, your name has come up in those interviews as one of the persons who was a standout at Harborview. But I know your journey into football didn't start there. So what I want to do is to share with us, your journey from your beginnings, from where you actually started playing football, all the way to your high school, to the leagues in Jamaica, to the Jamaica team called, and then um, on to where you're at now.
Okay, great. How's the feedback? Are you good? The mic further from you.
There's a knocking sound where you're at. Is something being done?
No, can you hear me now? Is there a knocking?
Yeah, there's a knock. Yeah, there's a feedback, like something is knocking. I'm not sure um what it is that is causing. Yeah, they're all saying that they're getting a feedback. So um I I I don't let's see. All right, so I'm going to send. All right, it's still there. So what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to ask you. I'm going to send the link to your phone and see if you can use your phone to open it, right? And try it from the phone and turn the phone landscape instead of portrait. And let's try it that way. So I've just sent it to you. So let's see if we can fix the audio. And maybe because your phone was close to the laptop why you were having that issue as well. Or maybe it's connected to the laptop. So you probably need to disconnect it and see if we can remove that feedback. So we're going to sort it out. Um, yeah. So you have to sign out from here and then try to sign in on the phone. So just close out again. Let me remove you. All right, we're going to sort out. We're going to sort out the issue right here. Um, yeah, we're going to sort it out. These things happen. I'm telling you, we were just we're just doing this without any issues, and then once the stream starts, then there's a problem. So sometimes you do all the check possible, and these things happen. People, this is going to be a very good one. This is a man who is making waves in in Canada. And some of you don't know, but he played football and he won a lot while playing football here in Jamaica. And he's going to share that story uh, with us today. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this. You are going to enjoy this. I mean, there are also children involved who are players who could have, probably should have, represented Jamaica at the highest level. We hope it is not too late and they will still have the opportunity to represent this nation in football. You know, I hope we have not missed the opportunity as a people. So let's see if we can get this going. Um, Waiting on our guest to join. What questions also do you have? I mean, if you have questions, please make sure that you put them in. We appreciate the comments, though we may not be able to respond to all of them. We will try our best to give our guests the opportunity to respond to as many of the questions that you may pose as possible. All right, we're going to try and do that. We're going to give our guests the opportunity to answer as many of your questions as possible. All right, we're trying to, like I said, we're trying to fix the audio issues off screen, and then we will, our guests will be back. All right. Um, so let's see. Taking a little while. I hope. All right. So let's fix this right now. Right now. Right now. All right. So let's see if we can fix audio issue number one. All right. Here we go. Bam. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Bam. Here we go. This is the link. There we go. All right. All right. There we go. So our guest is back. Think. All right. So like we find now, hearing you well. Go ahead.
Any feedback?
Yeah. You're still on the laptop.
Yeah, I tried. I tried. I never got the link, the last one that you sent me
No,
from
man.
on WhatsApp.
No, just checking your WhatsApp right now. It's there. Just check on it.
You just said because I got the one before to send out to everybody else.
Right. So click on the one that I just sent you. It is the same one that just let's go ahead.
Okay, let me log out here.
Yeah. All right. Good to see you, Ian Campbell, Cheryl Cooper. Good to see you, Coach Minzy from the coach's desk. Check him out. Jerusalem, bless up, Henry. Our kind of thing that is Owen. Owen, good to see a fresh God in the building. Bless my brother. KAS1 JM Kaz1 AM Ricardo Baggio Jarvis. Good to see you, my brethren, Saint and man. Aiden Aduno, good to see you. Royal, they call him the Stickman Garel. Good to see you. For those of you who are just joining the channel, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you also hit the like button. All right, we should be good now once our guest comes back on to the platform. So don't worry yourself. We're going to get this. Sometimes when things are going to be great, we have to wait just a little bit longer so that all things can be checked and be in order. So I think Chris Simmons, big up yourself as well. Blessings, man. Oh, I didn't know that Ian Campbell is a coach, man. Sarah C, bless up. Thanks for joining. I didn't know that Ian Campbell is a coach. I didn't know. All right. Sounds better. Go ahead now.
Sounds better.
Wonderful. Perfect.
All right, cool.
All
All
right.
right, but my daughter is just gonna set me up here so I don't have to hold it all night.
Okay, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right. Wonderful.
Are we good?
Yeah. All right. Maybe you need to move the laptop from in front of you and bring the phone closer to you. There you go. Bring the phone closer to you so they can see your face. All right. All right. I see she's fixing the screen. So let me tell you when the screen is right. Right there is good. Right there is good. There you go. Right there is good. You can't hold it. All right, that's good. But you mute yourself now. So unmute. You press right. Unmute and go ahead.
We're
All right,
good?
there you go. The show is all yours.
Oi.
I'm done with the talking. So go ahead.
Well, first of all, let me thank you very much for doing what you're doing. That what you're doing is a wonderful thing, and I think more and more, the more shows that I listen to and I watch, is the more I see a lot of the things coming out that can help Jamaica's football. So I want to say to you, you're helping Jamaica's football because I see a lot of the things that we've been discussing between myself and other players over the years have been coming out bit by bit. So that's a great thing. And thank you very much for viewers who tune in, and everybody who wants to make it right in Jamaica in terms of football. So blessings to everybody
Awesome.
in
All right.
Jesus' name.
Amen. So before you even get into, because I know you have a lot to say about Jamaica's football, I want you to tell us about your football. Your football
Okay.
degree. Where did it all start for you? School from like I said, from your earliest days to high school to Harbor View to Jamaica, and then talk about your migration, and then we'll pick up with what you're doing there. Go ahead.
Okay. Many people, I just didn't want this phone to be going off. No. Just give me a minute. Let me make sure I can get rid of these. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right now we're in recruiting stage, so we have coaches from the US that are constantly in calls with us. So forgive me if the phone goes out, right? Because I couldn't get to everybody to tell them not to call during this period. But anyway, yeah. So in terms of my beginnings, not many people know this, but I went to Vaz Prep. But being at Vaz Prep at that time, no football was playing at Vaz Prep. Football came to Vaz Prep after myself. As you heard Jumpy's interview, Jumpy was a coach at Vaz Prep. But my football started in Harborview. I actually was born at Natal Hospital. Moved to Harborview before I was one, they told me. And the journey started then in Harborview. Um, big up to Boys Town and Santos. Everybody says that those were the places where football was played, but I think Harborview was built using football. So as you heard, DV Donovan Hills has links to the Matalons who built Harborview and gave us the field there at Harborview. So growing up, I never played prep school football. Never went to primary school, went from Vaz Prep and took the common entrance and passed my common entrance for Wolmers. But I started playing football in minor league, trying out for minor league at Harborview. First of all, watching the great players over the years. Other players that were living close by me were involved in football. One of the people I must mention, I haven't heard a lot about this person, but this person's is OG of Camperdown, is Mark Salmon. Mark Salmon came to live by me, and Mark Salmon's brother Baz was one of the first. Baswell was one of the first persons that I heard of that got a soccer scholarship or a football scholarship at that time. So those were the things that kind of tweaked my imagination of, hold a minute. So you could play this game and go places. So myself and Mark and my brother used to play football and grow up, but it's all street football when we were younger, and then going to watch Major League, and intrigued by what we saw, intrigued by the football that we saw. Mark started playing minor league. These guys were very mature in their football. I was very immature in my football because I started late. Um, and I would say this to you. Everybody in Harborview would tell you this. Clennon Clark, who big up Clennon Clark. Clennon Clark is the historian, right? He
Yeah.
knows everything. I'm telling you, my brain is that good. Clennon Clark will correct me on any place where I go wrong. But um, growing up in Harborview, it was just to watch these other people come before us. The Russell Bells of the world, the Jumpy Harrises, the Wimpy Mitchell, the Little Skills. You go home, and when you go home, you're on the street between the two column posts, between the two gate posts of your house, and you just turn the gate halfway, and then the gate is a net. And that's where I grew up. I grew up scoring and being jump carries, and we call brocking a man and being little skill, and and saving a shot and net and being DV and fat eye. And all those people influenced me to play this game and to train at a high level. But my story is a little bit different in the sense that whereas you have people who had talent, there's a player that I haven't heard the name yet, but all the Harborview people will tell you about this person. This person's name is Devon Armstrong, not Coach Devon Porter, but Devon Armstrong. Devon Armstrong was the type of talent that when you see the Pepsi film of Pele, Devon at age 13 could do everything that Pele could do. And quick and strong. And once we know Devon shows up to a game, we know Harborview will win that minor league game. But Devon was playing minor league from he was very young. From very, very young he was playing. So, very, very talented. And every coach, would just say, Devon, man, Devon, you're this, Devon, you're that. And I just grew up was wanted to be like Devon. I just grew up wanted every opportunity to run like Devon, to shoot like Devon, to bicycle kick like Devon. I just wanted everything that Devon was getting. Obviously, Devon was the name of that was sounded in Harborview when you talk about youth football. Then you get into people like Mark Salmon, seniors in minor league that came over from Santos, and Dave Lawson. These guys were, to watch football and watch them play was so enjoyable. And I just started loving the game and saying, listen, I'm gonna train. I'm gonna be this good. Watching players, I got minor league. From minor league, DV was coaching minor league. I think you heard in DV's story that DV was given the opportunity as the goalkeeper of Harborview's major league team to coach the minor league team. And DV, I'm telling you, this man as a coach had a mind that I look at people over the years, and I look at coaches over the years, and I've been to many coaching clinics and many coaching seminars, many coaching courses, and you can see people who are coaching and talking to you from the book. I don't know if you know what I mean when I say they're talking to you from the book and they learn it from the book. But Manning's man, there's some people that actually write the book. You understand what I'm saying? There's some people that write the book, and I always look beneath the deep in the depths of football. From I was really, really young, Clennon Clark would tell you. From I was very, very young, Mannings, when I was age 13, I get an opportunity. 1 year, I was supposed to, training with the minor league team, wanted to play. And DV said to me, Junior, carry your boots to every game, but we don't have enough gears for you to be on the team. But if somebody doesn't show up, we'll play you. And Clennon Clark is the one that remind me about this. I get a game at Rockford. We're playing against Rockford. Let me tell you some Mannings, man. My heart started beating and racing at 90 miles per hour. Again, I finally get a chance. But I'm playing in Rockford and the man them intimidating in Rockford. And Mannings, man, to this day, I hear this voice from the coach saying, go down the right side. That's the weak link. You know who I'm talking about? Who is he talking about? It's me, right back. He said, go down the right side. That's the weak link. And I hear this voice in my head constantly. Go down the right side. That's the weak link. And I'm shouting. And to this day, I remember rain pouring down, water coming down beside the field. So I know I can envision it. But what happened is DV gave me an opportunity to train. And he said, Junior, you know what? Just work hard. One day you'll make it. Within 2 years, that same minor league team, I became the captain. Remember, 1 full year I didn't play. I only played 1 year. I couldn't get the uniform. And I became the captain of that team, and we won minor league. That is, Clennon will tell me what year. I don't remember what year we won minor league when we played. But anyway, Clennon, is Clennon online?
I don't see him yet, but he normally pops up though.
Yeah.
But do you remember some of the players that were on the team?
Yeah, Moosey, nickname Moosey, was in net. We had Barry Brown, Paul King, all of the man. I think Dougie was there too. Dougie was there. Keity was there.
Dougie Bell?
Yeah, Dougie Bell was there. Keity was there. Carl Grant, the great Carl Grant, Blazer Carl Grant. Brissett was on the bench. We have Little DV, Henry, Musclehead. But that team, as I said to you, football is one of these things where I started to study it. Because Clennon will tell you, the great Heineken. Yeah, Heineken Palmer was my left winger.
Okay.
And they will tell you, football for me, a little bit different. I studied the game. I studied Franz Beckenbeaur. I started to play it. According to some
you were a right back, right?
I was a right back before, yes.
Right.
Right. And then I moved to left back, and then move in center back in the minor league team as well. And then started, dabbling a little bit of midfield. But this was all based on DV's teaching. What happened is I studied the game management till Clennon Clark and Heineken used to stay by my place. And they will tell you that we sit down and draft with pen and paper ways to beat players. we draft ways to disable teams. This is how we sit down and then we get the ball and then we set it up and we say, okay, if we move this way, this is what's gonna happen. If we let the ball run this way and our body shift this way.
Sorry, I know you're playing minor league, but just for the viewers, how old were you at this time when you were sitting down doing these things, studying the game this way?
I probably was about 15 now at that time.
Around 15. Okay. Wow. Impressive. All right. Let me just give you a couple of the comments because what I don't want is to go through and we don't put up some of the comments. So don't lose where you're at. You're talking about the drawing out players, right?
Yes.
Daniel is saying, "Hey, Coach Junior is Michaela."
I Mickey.
And then
academy player.
Nathan says, "Let's go, Coach."
Yeah.
Floyd Bryan says, "Real ball of the world never get to see." And then the Mr. Dimension saying, "Did you attend a church on Western Road and Lawrence in Canada?"
That's me.
Braxton Harry, big coach, says, great, great coach, great person. Is this the same coach that coach Zavel Hyrie?
Zabel hired national team player for Jamaica. Yes.
Well, I think isn't this his father, Braxton Harry?
Yes, she came from Canada and played for Jamaica.
All
Yeah.
right. And see, Clennon has arrived. Heineken, Woman
Yes, baller.
Eat, Yamhead. So he's giving some news.
Yeah, man. Yes.
Okay.
The
So,
goal scorer.
so there you go. So Clennon is here to help you out if you forget
All
it.
right, Clinton.
So you,
Malaya.
yeah, you, Clennon, and Heineken will sit down and draft up all of these things. So continue from there now.
Yeah, so we'll draft up.
You're not playing for Wolmer's yet.
No, not yet, not yet. Because 12, I'm entering into Woolman's, right? 12, 13, I'm entering 12, right? Go to first farm. But I'll give you a little story after we talk. So at this time now, I'm deep in football because of DV. Like DV used to carry us, and before the internet, DV never have in his house, especially like his room, he never had a space in there where you don't have the newspaper clippings of Zico, Pele, and the details. So every man in the minor league team we used to go around and look and just see how the details of what it is to love football. So I got hooked on football. I really, really did get hooked on football. And these guys would tell you, they laugh at me, but I had a ball in my bed from age 8, a ball. I had whatever football socks. I have a boots. You remember PowerPoint boots? I don't think you know those boots.
No.
PowerPoint boots, right? And my shorts, and those stay at the top of my bed, right at the edge, each one at the edge of the bed, and you'd hug a ball. Those balls in there, they smell like leather and they smell nice. And you just hug him, man. I'm sleeping in my nighttime. You know what I'm saying? You sleep with the ball at nighttime. So you become addicted to it. But it helped me to the point where after a while, training for me was like all joy. I would play football all the time. I just need to hear the ball. But sometimes young people now, when they get a chance to play, they will go, who is coming? It don't matter who is coming for us. As soon as the ball bounce, we go. And my yard, those guys will tell you, my house was the center of all the games, all the games that we'd play. So all I need to do is go outside and take a ball like this and bounce it in the street, and the place ram.
Everybody turns up.
Yeah, Carl. Yeah, and management. The street is like this, It's the second street in Harborview, and it's on a slant. So when you pick the team, you have to quickly decide which side you're gonna be on the top. If you're gonna be at the top, when you're shooting at the scrimmage goal, the ball will take an extra roll down, so you have to bend it in a certain way where it go in the goal. But you have to suffer if you're defending and a man shoot it after your goal and it start go down the street. You have to run for it, So, but all those things build the passion. Night and day football. And the passion for football built to the point where it was, as I say, we were designing players and designing moves. And the thing is, with Clennon and Heineken and myself, we would actually do this in the game. We would do it in the game. And each of us, when we do it, if you know Clennon, well, Clennon have a little look on his face. When he executes, he has a look on his face. And he always look at me like, Junior, see it? It worked. Yeah, and so that's how we grew up, executing and playing at a high level. But why we do it, Mannings, is this. There was always something at the end of that execution. We always did it with the view of people watching the game. And I watch over the years, and I tell all my teams, even the team that we won with last year, I'll come to that. I said, like, we must play football in such a way where people feel good to pay to come and watch it. Yeah. And so that's where that is coming from with me. It's from I was young. So I could not make the team, but DV built that hunger in me. He never said, well, you know what? let him play one game, let him play two games. He just said, Junior, if you get good enough, you play. Within 2 years, I know what development is because within 2 years, I became the captain of that team. And these guys will tell you that Manning Cup team, Shani, which is DV's brother, older brother, Yuan, and Fatai, you heard, and DV, and I don't remember, Harry Tennant probably did stay too. Was probably the only senior players who stayed and played with us and played National League. That championship team, that team that people saw come in the stadium and go, what football at the highest level. But Mannings, how that happened? Well, let me back up to you and tell you the passion that I had. You know, going into first farm in Jamaica, you know, when you're going into first farm, everybody want to you start thinking about coal, so you start thinking about Manning Cup. But most of all, you're thinking first farm. I need to make the first farm team.
Yes.
You know, that's the thought. Manning.
Yeah.
You wanna know what happened to me in the holidays going into high school? In the holidays, a car hit me and broke my leg. It was
Whoa.
we were playing around in my house, in my garage. Maxam and my cousin came and start up the car in the Christmas and in the summer holiday, and we feeling good about the car starting. That little youth, playing around, and Mark go behind the wheel and revving it, and it hit me against the wall and broke my leg, broke right at the knee.
Going into first farm?
Going into first farm in the summer before we're going to first farm.
Whoa.
So I had a cast from my ankle right up to my thigh in the summer. So a lot of people not going to like when I tell you this, but I took the exam for KC first and Woolman second, and I got into Woolworths. Because everybody think that I'm a diehard Woolmerian, right? But I took the common.
Be careful now, okay? Actually, go to Woolmers, and I don't know if you want to go down that road,
I know, but I will tell you. I see. It's the same thing. I hear somebody else I heard said it. But what happened is 71 Veer versus Woolmers. I was at that game because my parents have a place still have the property down there, 100 acres down in Clarendon there. And I used to go to Maypen Saturday morning and look after them with my father and my brother. Encourage my dad to carry us go to the game. Veer versus Woolmers. You can imagine 71 Woolmers. You can imagine the type of environment. And that stick in my head with Woolmers. So when I passed for Woolmers, I was like, yeah, all right. All right, let me carry this thing forward now. Let me move forward. So I must tell you the reason why I took KC first, because my other brothers went to KC, eh?
Okay.
And my elder brother, not many people in Jamaica know this, but my elder brother, one of the reasons why I'm in football is my elder brother, Michael, left KC and went to England. My dad carried him to England. And at 16, he was on the Swindon Towns team playing with Glenn Huddle. Yes. So yeah, and some people in Harborview know because he came back and went to Harborview School and volunteered to train them. So a couple of people see the way he operates. But when I said to you everything, running, fitness, Kyle Walker, Manchester City.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of my brother right there.
Okay.
Like strong, fit, runner, and everybody will tell you, although my knee got broken in Jamaica, it's not my knee, but they said I had two speeds when I played, slow and reverse.
Oh, you couldn't go fast.
Couldn't go fast. But what happened, man, because of that, because I grew up like that you see, when I had that cast on, it disabled me because over the summer now, I couldn't train. But what I would do is go to training, learn from DV and so, but then what I would do is when I come home, I was adamant that I must play first farm football.
Yeah.
So the longer the cast take to come off, the cast came off the week before I go into school, you know. So you know what I did? When I see that it getting to the point where I'm not gonna be able to take off this cast, I start take all the DVs teaching on goalkeeping. And I start goalkeeping on my at my house. And I I go into school and make Woolman's first farm all-star goalkeeper. I was keeping goal.
Okay. Okay. In first
But
one, you kept goal at, for your farm.
yes,
Right.
first farm, I made the all-star team. So by that time now, my foot started healing up and stuff, but you know, I can't run on it hard and stuff. But by the time Colts came around, I'm good. I can play. Played Colts. Was successful at Colts. We had some really big ballers at Woolman's. We had Berry, uh, me, Pringle. Who else? Another
You,
some
you know,
other.
you know the full names because you know the younger persons, including me, don't know some of these players. You know, so when they say Pringle and Berry, we
Yeah,
don't.
Peter Pringle. Peter Pringle.
Maybe somebody in the comment section knows some of the names as well.
Yes, you know Jamaicans. We always have nicknames for everybody. Well, Berry is his name. I think it's Michael Berry. He
Michael.
also came to Harborview and played minor league too. Michael Berry, but he's not from Harborview.
Okay, so first you play the Colts team, good team. You had there, and then second form
Coles.
Colts again.
I never played Manning Cup until I played Manning Cup 76 when we won Walker Cup.
Oh, okay. So and what? Okay, what form were you in at that time?
God, no. I went in 72.
So you were probably in fourth form or fifth form.
Football. Yeah. Yeah. I think third going to fourth.
Yeah,
Because
Woolmere.
I was a youngster. I was a youngster, but the guys would tell you that, yeah, like I'm a Woolmerian to the bone. Trust me. Trust me. Even while I was at Woolman's, I decided one of the things I would do is anytime I play against Casey, I would destroy Casey. Destroy the purple and white. And anyway, history, you'll be able to ask other people about that. I don't usually I don't like toot my horn and all them things. So, but my mind, as I tell you, Heineken, Clennon, myself, we were like, if we enter the stadium and people have to pay for coming, them going to enjoy themselves. Understand?
All right. So before we get to all right. So in fourth form, the Woolman's team that you're on now, because you're around 15, 16 years old around that time. The name that you remember is Michael Berry and
We,
Peter Pringle.
no, you have that time you have man like Colin Williams was the captain, McIntosh, Peter McIntosh centre back.
Okay.
Keith Cunningham was playing. Keith Cunningham from Harborview was playing.
Right.
Um, Roger Williams,
What position were you playing?
midfield. Oh, good thing you asked the question. I was playing right wing. The slowest man in Jamaica then to play right wing. But there's a story behind that.
Yeah.
The story behind that is a coach told me about this after. I won't out him. I won't tell who he is. But a coach told me, he said, Junior, your problem was that you started footballs too successfully in Harborview. So what happened, because I was successful in Harborview and played the way how I played from I was young, like everybody would think that Manning Cup, you won't take it as a joke. So you know how people think, right? You know how people think.
Somebody ask, hold on, is somebody asking if Peter Touch play with you?
No, it's Macintosh. It's Peter McIntosh. Peter McIntosh is now in the US, a doctor actually. Actually became a doctor. Yeah, Colin Williams, Peter McIntosh. Oh, Scotty. Who is Scotty's? We had some brothers who are lawyers now. Woolmerian big lawyers.
You got. I went to the 1738. You know, Mannin's high school, Mannin's school. You know, I don't know the Woolmas people. Where the Woolmas people are? Where the Woolmas people?
Hey,
Scotty Roger Martin.
Yes, Peter Grant. Yeah.
This person giving the same short name, but we don't know. See, Ava next or Roger Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody says Scotty. Because we have other Woolmere and they don't know some of the names. So that first year when you were in the team, you played Manning Cup. You didn't do well in the Manning Cup, but you went on to.
We did well in the Manning Cup. We did well in Manning Cup. We went to Walker Cup, but we did well in the Manning Cup because, as I said to you, we play against Casey and I had to destroy Casey.
You beat Casey in Manning Cup in 76?
Well, I don't know what the rest of the team did, but I.
No. Man. Did Woolmers win when they played against Casey? That's
Don't let me go there, okay? Don't let me go there. So.
No, man, did you beat Casey in 1976 in the Manning Cup? That is
well, every time I play against Casey, I beat Casey. They can correct me. My memory is not good, but every time I think I play against Casey, I beat Casey because of my common entrance.
Let me get the question clear because I want to make sure that because the Casey people.
I think Manning Cup. I think Tivoli beat us in the semifinals. I think so.
So in 76, you defeated Kingston College. Woolmers defeated Kingston College. Not Junior Groves, you know. Woolmers.
Yes.
And you remember who you played in the semifinals of the Walker Cup that year?
No, I don't remember.
You played in the finals.
It was Casey who played in the finals.
Oh, you beat Casey in the finals of the Walker Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I get it. All right.
Fisher is a goalkeeper. These are their real name. Ozzie Mills is reserve goalkeeper. Fisher.
Is that right, man? Floyd Bray.
Samuda. Young Samuda.
Which one is Samuda?
Yeah, man. Young Samuda, man. Yeah. Keith Cunningham, centre back. Who was up for? Oh, Larry Allen. Larry Allen scored one of the goals. I think we scored 2 goals. Larry Allen scored one of the goals. But the drama that I hear after is one of the coaches came and told me, he said, Junior, you had such a successful start in Harborview that he said when he came as an assistant coach, the man, somehow there was a fight to put me on the field. And he was going, hey, you got to put him beside Roger Martin. You got to let him play midfield. Because I used to play a sweeper. I used to play a centre back. So in Harborview, we started a system that the game started with me in sweeper and ended with me. So that's the forward thinking of Harborview. You know, when people talk about Boys Town, Santos, I love Santos, love Boys Town, but when you talk about the forward thinking of how to use personnel, Harborview have it. So I became addicted to football. So the game became easy for me. So what happened is we would start the game with me at sweeper, but we would end with me either in the incision pass or shooting the ball. So the way how they play the game, the way Harborview play the game is if I move upfield, the ball must break down in front of me. It can't break down behind me. So these are that's what I'm telling you. There's some people who write the book. There's some people who read the book, you know, and say it and coach it, but there's some people who write the book. So these guys were very forward thinking, and because the ball was always around me, what happened is it brings jealousies, you know. So in Woolmers, it was a tough situation going on that it never bothered me because I was addicted to football, and as soon as I finished Manning Cup training, boom, I would be at Harborview playing. So it never bothered me at all.
So 67, right? 67. 76, right?
76.
You defeated Casey in the finals of the Walker Cup and on the Walker Cup. What happened in 77?
Look, my mind draw blank when it comes to that. I think and Clennon know exactly what goes on. So 77, and so let me tell you what some of the things that happened. We had 77 and 78, we had winning teams, but we would have coaches come in the interim and take over the program. And we had Protege's dad. I must shout out Mike Oliveira. Protege's dad was the actual athletic director for a while and coach of the
Michael
athletic
Oliveira,
team.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
athletic team and the football team. But Mike wasn't a footballer, right? But the wonderful human being, wonderful person. So other people would come in and give their suggestion, maybe old boys and coaches
So
but every time somebody came, huh?
so, so the outstanding Wolmer's boys school didn't have a football coach.
Didn't have somebody who was like a champion coach all these times. Only when Ron Jones left, that's it. Then we had Frankie Lawrence come over and help. Frankie Lawrence come over and help. That's what I'm saying. These are young men who came over and just started to help with the program. Mordecai came over. Mordecai from 71 came over and started to help. But every time somebody came over, it was more of a situation where, I was playing this high level of football. So people were thinking, well, maybe he's too high for this. You know what I'm saying? So something would happen. Let me tell you, let me give you an example. They wouldn't bench me, right? They wouldn't bench me, but what they would do is they'll take a player and put that player as the captain, and that player probably shouldn't be on the field. And then the person who should be on the field playing with me is sitting on the bench. So there's a player by the name of Maurice Sutcliffe. One year I'm playing, and I'm telling you, man, I'm playing football, and I'm on the field. And believe me, I'm on the field holding the ball, and I'm looking around, and I'm watching the youth on the bench, and I'm going, this is the player I need on the field. I need him to play. Yes, you had some good ballers at Wolmer's during that time, but the thing wasn't set up properly,
Okay.
And I have to give the credit to the other schools who wanted to win. They were recruiting players from. We never recruit players. They were recruiting players coming from everywhere. Camperdown, Stella team, the Mark Salmon that I talked to you about, OG Mark Salmon from Harborview.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So during that time, during your time, what Wolmer's won was the Walker Cup in '76. That was a title, no other titles.
No other title. No other title.
Who are some of the top school players that you went up against? In the other schools, like the KCs and those schools, are the Tivoli school that you said you think won in '76, and who are some of the players
Zone.
Michael Zone Clark?
Yeah, Zone Clark.
Was
Tivoli, right? Tivoli. We had Camperdown. Oh, Camperdown, man. Camperdown, when you go up against Camperdown, you have Mark Salmon, OG Mark Salmon. We're talking about midfielder Mark Salmon, who built like he's built like Alan Cole, and ball control precise. Mannings, this is a man with me playing on the field. He play for Harborview, I play for Harborview, and a goalkeeper kick out the ball. Our goalkeeper kick out the ball, and the man control the ball on his chest, dead. He don't move. And Colin Williams, our right back captain, run at him, and him flick it off an ear prime one time, ear prime a second time. And man, the ball don't touch the ground. The man juggle the ball all the way down the field to the end of the box, and nearly kill my goalkeeper. Nearly kill my goalkeeper. These are the type of footballers that we miss out in Jamaica. Mark Salmon, man. And I think that why Mark Salmon don't get his due, because it was Mark Salmon really bring up Camperdown football. But then right after he left with me for a scholarship, another Mark Salmon showed up at Camperdown as a center forward. Rugu, I think you guys know him as. Same name, but he's a center forward and a scorer.
Okay. So yeah, in your time you said the two names that stood out to you is Michael Zune Clark and Mark Salmon.
Burgess
as well.
Burgess.
Anybody?
Daddy Grant, KC,
Daddy Grant. Okay.
Yeah, Cleland Clark, Virtek.
Okay. No, I'm talking who you played against, because you would not have played against Cleland Clark.
Yeah, but obviously, Cleland was begging to come play against me.
Okay. Some of the players
Yeah, Heineken was playing for Camperdown.
Okay. Also, Camperdown would have won probably a couple of those years.
I don't know who we won, but they were a powerhouse team, yeah? KC was more Daddy Grant, and I don't remember. Searchwell was the big center half, and then put Searchwell up to try dismantle me, and
Somebody say Marksman, aka Big Bird.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, okay.
That's the man.
This
That's
is
the man right there.
the second Marksman, not the first one.
No, he's the first one. Big Bird is the first one.
Okay,
He's ball control personified. The next person to him is Alan Cole. Next person to Mark is Alan Cole.
the second Marksman was called Rogo Rogo.
Yes, yes.
All right.
He's a goal scorer. So the fact that he's scoring goals, then everybody here marks someone from Campanone and they think is that Mark, not that Mark, different Mark.
Okay.
Yeah. So Manning Cup, my heart was on like because of what was going on and stuff like that at school.
Brown girl remind us that at that time Den was also a team.
Yes, yes. Then and Zone. Yeah, man. Most of the money was playing ball for Boys Town. Was playing for Tivoli. Yeah.
Okay, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. All right. So now, you finish your years at Woolmans.
Mm.
What did you do from there? Did you just go and play at top of your got a scholarship?
No, what happened is because I said to you when we left when we went into National League, it was a minor league team that group with the other senior players from Harborview. We were playing at a very high level, which kind of comes down to one of the things that everybody's alluding to in football in Jamaica. See, what happened is, Clennon will tell you, is that team, when we were playing, man, we could try anything. Any one of us could try anything, and nobody, even if a goal scored, nobody would have quarrel about it. Everybody would have just get behind the player and say, "Hey, listen, get behind the thing and say, let's go score again." You understand? Because we became one. So when we move and go into Major League now and National League, that same team was like a powerhouse, very difficult to beat. No, all respect to the players from country, but I think at that time when we go country in a management, when we play, I swear to you, I never come up from a country game without this.
Where you call country now?
Reno, Montego Bay, anyway, St. Anne's, we go Trelawney, Mannings, when we go,
I just say that road because I know what you mean by country.
Hey, Clarendon, ask any other man. When we play, the football is so pretty. The people them cook for us and feed us. Because we're not losing no game under 9. It's 9, like 9, 11, 13. And there's something that happened in the country teams where they started playing good football and after a while. But all respect to the players that were playing down country. When we were playing down there, man, the people them love us, people them look after us.
Okay.
So our level of football was so high. Mannings, let me tell you how high our football was. We were playing football, and I was telling Glenn about this the other day. Back then you could have passed back to the goalkeeper.
Right, yeah. The goalkeeper catch the ball and run up and down all over the place, the box and all of them things.
Yeah, the goalkeeper had to roll the ball, but you could pass back to the goalkeeper. Mannings, I became so one with the ball that the thing that I used to do to disable countries when they come to play against Jamaica, they come play against Harborview, is the first thing when Andre Andrews, any of these guys come up and they haven't seen us yet. As soon as their goalkeeper got to kick out the ball, I just watch the line of the goalkeeper and watch how I'm going to kick it. And send my center half bull under it hard. And the center forward usually choke up. And it's a bicycle kick, my bicycle kicking the ball back to DV, So the people I will tell you, we play football to entertain the crowd.
All right, so let me ask you, because no, all right, so I want to get some of the comments, so let me just get some of them so you can. I see someone is asking if I doubt that Cleo Clark is the son of Clennon Clark. All right, somebody is asking that there's a footballer at Garvey Maceo. Could be, but I don't know. I doubt that though. Because I doubt that, but could be. I don't know. Then Devon Porter is saying he believe that Michigan, which is Michigan from Michigan and Smiley, was a goalkeeper at Tivoli at that time,
Yes.
which is
Yeah,
correct.
Michigan.
Michigan
Yeah,
and Smiley.
Michigan was actually in Harborview. He used to live in Harborview too.
Right. And then somebody brown girl is saying that Glenn McDonald, that is Mackey, and Dave Clark was also playing at Tivoli.
Yes. Yes, Dave Clark.
See, next comment here says Camperdown had some of the best players, best of the best team, 75 to 77, but just couldn't win until they changed coach. Forgot the name, Coach Glenmuir Powerhouse teams. I think he's talking about Jackie Walters. Yeah.
No, more one time them had Carl Brown coaching them,
Right.
man.
Jackie Walters replaced Carl Brown at Camperdown. I think. Right. So
Yeah.
let me ask you, because no, the years that you're talking about, because you'd have left Woolmers in the like 78, 79 was when you actually left Woolmers.
79, I think.
79. Because the reason why I'm asking is because the National League at that time, between 73 and 81, Harborview didn't win any titles, and the one final that they went against Arnett Garden in 77, 78.
Right.
And they lost. So the question I'm asking, because if the team was so dominant, was it in the National League because they weren't winning it? It was really Santos, Arnett, then no competition, then Santos again, then Cavaliers defeated Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
I think even in the 80s and in the 90s up to 96, Harborview did not win a Premier League title.
Yeah. Well, we win 82, I think.
82?
We lose 81 against Boys Town, and then we win the next year.
Oh no! That was Major League.
Yeah, Major League.
Oh, okay, right. Because that was not the National League. It was a Major League, because you used to play National League and Major League.
Yeah.
At the time. Okay.
Well, tell you the truth, to us when we were playing, it's a blur. National League and Major League, we just play. Anybody who come get beaten. You understand? And yes, to go up to the finals and stuff like that, man, over the years now, you must know. You in Jamaica, you in football for a long time, right?
Yes.
It's always the best team that go through to the finals and win. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, no, I agree with you, But listen, this is a long stretch, because and that's what I'm saying, that because what could happen is that in the Major League you were very dominant, but when it came on to like all the other competitions, included all the teams in the other parishes, you probably did well, but you never won there. But in the Major League, because a lot of those finals out here people talking about in Major League, Boys Town versus
No man. The man will tell you. Listen, my name's man. You have to hear what I'm saying to you, man. When we play National League, when we play down country or play against any of these teams, Tivoli, Arnett, the man is stacked. The team them stacked. But we're playing a level of ball that is out. People will tell you, man, Boys Town, Carl Brown, me and Carl Brown was talking about this the other day. The Boys Town Harborview finals that we play. I wish somebody had that on videotape to show you level of football that we are playing. You understand? And look, let me try inject something and tell you what the level of how we play. So we have at Harborview, for instance, Russell Bell.
Yes, that is Neville Bell. I think older
Yeah.
brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big ups to Neville Bell, by the way. I'm born and fired from Canada. Yeah. So Russell Bell. When I'm watching Russell Bell play, and I'm training Russell Bell and watching him play, I never saw Russell Bell shoot off the ground. Him shoot pure volley. And I go to him one day in training and I say, Russell, you know what the amazing thing is? Every shot that you take is a volley. You know what him said to me?
Yeah.
Junior, it would be crazy to try to shoot off compound on the ground, got the stones. So would you believe that before Russell Bell shoot?
Hold on, I have a surprise for you. Hold on, see if I can get this through. I have a caller. Let me see if I can get him through. Just to, I think. Yes, yes. I think he hung up. That was Sir DV trying to get us. So I think he's trying to clarify something. Right. But right. Sorry that I had to break that because I think he's
No.
trying. Hold on a sec. Um. Yes, yes, Sir DV. Okay, he got this guy. He said that Harborview didn't come into the National League until 1976.
76. Right. So when you're looking at all of them win, it's because we're not there.
You're in the. That's what I'm saying. That maybe you're playing in the major leagues.
Yes. But what I'm saying to you is whenever we go to country to play any teams, the people look after us, man, because the football level that we're playing is very, very high. I'm trying to explain to you that we have players like Russell Bell. I'm studying this man and I study him. Alan Cole. When me play with these people, me study them because I'm telling you, so we study football. You understand what I'm saying? Russell said, Junior, how do you shoot off a compound with all these stones? So every touch before he shoot the ball, he stick up the ball in the ear. You can imagine a man dribbling and think this through. I said, before I shoot this ball, I got to stick it up in the ear and shoot off the volley. Hey, somebody outed me there. Somebody outed me, say I was at Calabar training.
One girl said Junior Gross trained with Calabar but went back to Wolmer's. Wonder why he did not transfer to Calabar.
You see somebody out me. Nobody know this. I don't know how this get out my business here. Who is brown girl? How does she know this?
I know.
I bet nobody from Harborview know this. Nobody from Woolman's know this. She outed me now. Yeah, no, what
Danny B. Wright is saying, let me just give you some of the comments. He said the Major League was a top league back in the day. National League was like an afterthought, at least according to the media back in that time. And then how you guys play and train on that stone field in Harborview.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what it brings it causes you to go to the next level in terms of your play. But the trick to Harborview is whenever the rain fall, that to us is a blessing. Because whenever the rain fall, the ball will sit. You know what I'm saying? So I started bringing up it create problems for us. Let me answer that question about Calabar. Now you understand, Mannings man, why I said to you at Woolmer's things was kind of messy, right? Because it got to the point where they thought that I was playing so much that level of football in Harborview. They thought that it was like I'm taking it easy at Woolmer's. You know what I'm saying? But it's not true. I wanted to win. But not the right people were being put in the position. And I'm not the guy I'm not taught to discredit coaches or talk to my teammates about coaches. So a couple of the Calabar guys called me and said, Junior, we can win, you should come up. And I go, I'm just gonna come and feel it out. And I go for one training session and then I don't like move. I don't like that stuff. I know a lot of people were moving from team to team, and I just don't like that. I said, what, let me go stay with my teammate that I played out.
All right, so let me get a couple of questions and then we run on. Mastermind, he did mention Dougie Bell. He did mention Dougie. All right, so
Dougie, original man. Dougie, a great centre back, man. Best tackler in football, I think. Keity just a little bit more quicker than him, but Dougie right on target, man.
All right, so
all
right, so I want to get some perspective in terms of you playing for Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like? What did you accomplish representing Jamaica, and who were some of the players that you'd have played with in your time representing Jamaica? And then from there, how you transition to where you are right now.
Yeah, there's a period there. It's a quick period between, because we got playing with. I remember playing against Santos, and then there was a call. There was a Brazilian coach coming to take over the Jamaica as a technical director, Jamaica program as a technical director, or just coming in as a assessor or something like that. His name is Claude Ramos. You guys can, yes, it was Claude Ramos coming in. And I'll tell you, man, as I said to you, you see how you talk about Harborview wasn't up there in the Boys Town, Santos wins, whatever. Yes, we know. We start late in National League.
Somebody said Casa Grande.
Yeah, no, Casa Grande came as well, but it wasn't Casa Grande. It was Claude Ramos that came this time. And Manning's man, remember I said this to you, it's not necessarily the best team that win the Major League, because Carl Brown will tell you, that year of 81, when we played, we had Carl Grant, my center forward, Carl Grant, cutting that goalkeeper on the goal line 3 times, him diving and crashing in the post, and Carl Grant don't push the ball in the goal yet. And we have them down 2-0.
Who you had down?
Boys down, 2-0, 10 minutes to go. Carl Brown will tell you about 10 minutes to go. And then go 8 minutes to go. And you get a red card. So now they're down 10 men. You get a red card because him and Carl Brown start cussing off each other. And you get a red card. And we're killing them with ball. And Thomas McLean. Oh, I miss out Thomas McLean. It was that year Thomas McLean played. Long throw, push everybody inside of the net. Everybody get pushed inside the net. Me, goalkeeper, everybody. The game done, gone overtime. Next long throw again, boom, throw. Push me, everybody, and the ball drop right on Diego's lap. And him just tuck it over the line.
Diego Garden?
Yeah, Diego Garden. That's my bona fide. Big up. Rest in peace, Diego. Wicked ballers. But we talk about him after. But this game we played Mark Sum and Carl Grant. We're killing it. And then we're gonna interview, a radio interview, and Carl say on the interview, Carl goes, I knew that we'll always win that game, you know. But I look across the table like, Carl, come on, man. Come on. We have their goalkeeper diving, fair ball, pull it back on the goal line. Yes. Okay, that is kind of taking it too far. And the center back beside Carl Brown come and take away Carl's foot, you know. But the referee never give the penalty. You know why? Because Carl should have scored. You understand? So I'm saying this to you. When you look at stats and you see a team win a game, not necessarily that team win that game. Obviously, there's people officiating the game. There's people running the football. When you see a team pick, a national team pick, doesn't mean that those were the real people who were supposed to be on the field, man. It's the people who are in control. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but, well, when you see consistently, in other words, if I consistently beat you, though, like, if it's a one-off game, I can understand. But if for 6 years, every time you and I, for example, meet in the final, I beat you,
yeah.
It's safe to conclude from that I am the better team. But in a one-off game, you're absolutely right. In a one-off game, sometimes the other factors influence the game. Officials can influence the game and all of that.
All right. Let me stick a point to you, and you're gonna say to yourself, "Oh, that's what you mean." What happened if consistently one group of people get shut out of football at the national level, and consistently it's the same people are running football in Jamaica? If consistently the same people are running football in Jamaica,
yeah,
then consistently those are the people who going to win.
Okay, well, I can understand it. That's taking it to a next level because the system set up that.
Yeah. Okay. So to transition into the Jamaica thing now, it's not until Claude Ramos came to Jamaica and said, "Boy, this talent in Jamaica is amazing." Okay. That myself and Mark Salmon get called to the national team. Because Harborview wasn't looked at then.
Oh, okay. So people who played at Harborview this time would not But when DV was called before. So
DV and Fatah and them used to be at Santos.
okay.
So they have a name from KC and Santos, which involved with some of the people who were involved with Jamaica football.
Okay, I see what
But
you're
when you're talking about people, Jamaican people who are in charge of football, they're in charge of football. And this team come up from nowhere and play a brand of football that is killing everybody. You think them like that? But if it was theirs, they would have cherished it. If it was theirs, they would have talked about it. But it wasn't theirs. So they had to stifle it. You understand?
okay.
So now when I got called to the national team, it was Claude Ramos. It was that year with Claude Ramos.
Okay.
You understand? Alan Cole, most people didn't know this. Alan Cole was a player coach.
In your time?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's a short period when Jamaica were preparing and bringing down teams to play against. So my stories are in that short time frame when they would, like, we had like a fantastic, we had
Tell me some players on your team during that time and the Jamaica team that you played with.
well, Arthur Latimore, Howie Bell. But I was a junior to these men, right? There was I'm trying to figure out which one of the players from country was here, but I think it was Downswell. If he was in my time, either Downswell or T got one of them was on the left wing.
Must be Downswell.
Well, was the only player from country that was playing in that group. But let me tell you something. Some ball dropped, but it was all preparation games. And I got to the point where Alan, the respect that we gain from each other, I can tell you this. Anybody who like I go all over the world from football, and I can tell you this. Alan Skillcole is right up there with Maradona and Pele. On my list are Messi, right up there. Right. And listen, I'm telling you from a vantage point, that playing right behind him. You understand? I watched this man splice a ball, splice a ball. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but he's using the ball, he's using the field. It's a pass that we used to make. It's like a half volley, but you use the field to cut the ball. You use the field to cut the ball and bend the ball around 3 people before it go to the winger. And I watched this man do it consistently, just easy. And that's something that I had to study.
I have a couple of things because we're going to get back to your Jamaica playing and some of the players who were in the Jamaica team when you were playing and the guys actually played in the official competition. We're going to get to that, but I just want to show some respect to because you have so many persons out here saying stuff to you. This is another secret being revealed right here by Danny B, right? Said Junior used to work on the night shift at the bank and still was able to make his Harborview games. Said his mother was a supervisor. I don't know. Glenn Clark said it was country police who get the red card. When you're talking about that Boystone Harborview game when Carl Grant, I think that is what he's referring to, the red card.
Okay, the red card. Yeah. Okay.
The Mr. Dimension is saying, I remember these Harborview players: Little Skill, Jair, Boa, Rugo, Somali, Heels, Cabra, Duck Green, Clyde.
Boa is after me.
Right.
Rugo after me as well. Yeah, but Cabra, Little Youth just coming in. All these Little Youth just coming in.
Richard Stewart says a long time nepotism going on in Jamaica football.
Yes. Yeah, man. Linval McKenzie was one of the Little Youth them growing up after me and became big in Jamaica. Yeah. Linval take over as captain.
Yeah, man. And then I see a Cassava team with only players from Boystone, Arnett, and Tivoli. And then one other comment saying that those days national team was picked from Cavaliers, Boystone, Jungle, Santos, and only countryman was Downswell and Andrew Andrews.
Andrews. Yeah, see what I'm telling you? How I telling you the truth, though. It's what I'm saying. So
I didn't know. You have to learn. You have to ask the questions to learn because I remember there was a time when people in rural parishes used to complain that they were never called to the Jamaica team.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then what I heard growing up was there was no place for them to stay, and and some of the players in Kingston would come to training and go back home. They could not do that, so that is why. And it was like it was official games and all of that. That's what I heard. But
Nah.
this has been an ongoing problem, like in the football, in terms of do we always, which is what you were alluding to earlier, do we always select our best players? And for
Right.
whatever reason sometimes. So, but you did make your debut for Jamaica though. You did.
Right. No, but here is the thing. No, you remember. You see what we're hitting. We're hitting what will make Jamaica go forward. We're hitting what will make Jamaica go forward.
Yeah.
So in my time, well, there wasn't any. I can't remember any of the games that they were qualifying games, but there were games when people like fill the stadium. You understand? But what I was saying to you, what are the key?
I know that Bob Campbell said that he played in at a time when Jamaica couldn't remember the name of he didn't want to call the name of the forward, but he remembered when Jamaica needed, like, the guy got the goal right in front of the goal and missed it, and Jamaica would have gone to the World Cup.
Before me. That's before me.
Before you, and he was so upset. But he said that Skill Cole was not allowed to play.
Yes.
For Jamaica,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, because of some professional contract and whatever, and it was
Because he had signed I was in contract at that time, right?
Yeah.
But when in my time he was out of contract, so he was just training on his own. So he became the player assistant coach and player.
All right, so we'll continue the story now.
Yeah. But like the level of football, man, the level of football goes to the point where we're so familiar with the ball that one at a time we're playing. I remember playing against Santos, right? And we're enjoying ourselves so much that DV stand up on the goal line and a ball come across the area, and I'm the sweeper. I'm standing between the penalty box and the edge of the 18-yard box, and the ball coming across, and DV said, "Juni," and I just jump up a bicycle, kick the ball right back in him, and right in his hand. But when DV go like this and hold the ball, the look on him face, him was shocked. But I'm just saying to you, we got to the point where those players playing together was so tight. Now, look at football from the perspective of now, when we did well, when Rene Simeo's come to Jamaica, right? You hear those men talk, you hear those men when they come online, you hear them talk about how tight they were.
Yeah. All of them said that living at the house together.
Living at the house together. You hear that?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to Harborview. Harborview is like a family. We tight, we play a level, but that is not what makes you win. Jealousies come at you in all angles. You understand? But the level of football was out of this world. Now, for Jamaica to get this back again, somebody have to put a structure in where these youth can grow together. You understand? So they come back in together in a house situation where they're living together for a certain time. Then they go back out. Then they come back in together. So when they come back in together, it's like they're happy to see each other. You understand? And that is the nucleus of the players that would make up the Jamaica squad. When I went with the Jamaica national team, we had Alan, Howie Bell, all these people. But we had a mutual respect for each other. But that was the time when I had just gotten my scholarship to university in the States. So I was there for a year and played practice games. I don't even forget the games we were playing against, but I'll tell you why I said to you, my national team experience with Alan was the best ever. So at that point in time, there was a buzz about my level of football and what I could do and everything. Me and Alan used to talk about.
Did you get your scholarship too? In the
Cheney State University in Philadelphia.
Okay.
So I hadn't gone yet, just talking to the coaches over there and everything. And we played this game at the stadium, and stadium buzzing around, jam-packed. And you hear this boom, boom. Anybody who play in stadium when stadium packed will tell you in Jamaica team play, there's a certain time when you hear boom, boom. And what's happening there?
The dry ice in the tunnel.
No, the people start lick down the gate. The people start hammer down the gate. There's a big gate in the bleachers. So what they do is they'll join together and ram the gate. And whichever police behind it, them just trample. They just run over you. And run in the stadium. And we hear the boom, boom. And I'm listening and concentrating on the game because I'm taught, focus on the game. Alan come over to me and him say, Junior. Say, Juni, listen. I hear the buzz of the crowd because it's above you. We're in the dressing room at the bottom of the stands, right? And you say, listen, man, listen. My time my lace. And he said, Junior, hold on. And he put him on top of my lace. And him say, listen, Junior. I'm going to listen. And him say, you hear that? So I'm say, yeah. Stadium ramming up. Him look at me and him say, I mean them come for see is not you, so pass the ball.
Who said that? Alan skill call?
Because
right.
You know what? We did have this little thing that because of his skin color and everything, I am baby skill. I'm coming up behind him. But him used to see me playing, training and everything. So I'm kind of, appreciate the level and admiration that I have for him for play. Because anything that him do, me I say, boy, this is something that we can do this. We have practiced them things, we have studied them things. But the confidence that Alan have, it's a different level. A different level. That's why I said to you, the football that we were playing, and I know from Alan's, from what him said to me, the football that we were playing is more, we're going to play this game to win, but at the end of the day, everybody is going to appreciate that they spend money to come watch us. You understand? But the only thing that I know will build a Jamaica where people will enjoy them playing and them successful is that type of camaraderie that Rene brought when he brought the guys together and people excited and them live together. But what happened? Jamaicans, as usual, when you give them something and you do something that's successful, instead of us battling it and put it together and go, yeah, okay, this work. All of a sudden, jealousies and everything come in and people try to dismantle it and all this stuff goes on. That's why I said to you, we go through football in Jamaica and half of you get hit hard, man. Hard. For all the things that half of you have done, we get hit hard.
So let me ask, because I also want to ask a couple of questions because you're making a very important point about working with youngsters, have them come in, learn something, go out, come back in and learn something, and then they become the nucleus, because which is suggesting that you'd still have your players outside of Jamaica who must come into the team, because you have players in England, in Canada, in the United States, in different parts of the world who may be advancing their development. So they must come in, but the nucleus of the team has to be persons who are consistently from probably U12s coming through the system, learning together, building camaraderie and friendship together. Is that what you're suggesting, or am I misunderstanding?
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting. So it's pretty simple. You look at the success that Rene had. When every player comes on to talk about the football and their success, what do they talk about? They talk about being together.
Yeah.
You understand? Canada's women's program was nowhere until a lady by the name of Caroline Marachi from Italy brought in Betty and another coach, goalkeeper coach from Italy, and they took the girls and took them away. My niece was with them, Brooke McCullough, and for about 3 years.
Is that Jamaican?
Yeah, she's a Jamaican. There was a toss-up between her playing for Jamaica and Canada.
And she chose Jamaica?
Huh?
And she chose Jamaica?
No, at that time she chose Canada. They were paying her decent and everything. So and she had a full scholarship to University of Buffalo. So but what the coach did, they took them away. It's only 3 times I saw her for 3 years. 3 times. Took them to Italy. and house them over there and use the CSA money to look after them and play them in tournaments and what they did. Keep the players together. And then all of a sudden, Christine Sinclair come out of it as the big ball, and all the other girls come out of Tancredi, and all the girls come out as the big ballers, and Canada went to Brazil and beat Brazil Cup and win. Went to Holland Cup and win. Went to I think that was the World Cup that they went to, and they dismantle everything. They dismantle everything because of politics again. They would have win, but politics and money and everything, they dismantle it, and the Italians left.
So
And then now,
yeah, so Jamaica is not the only place where sometimes the politics, well,
no,
not the politics, but the political thinking messes up how the football operates.
yes,
Yeah.
no management, but one thing is constant. One thing is constant in that. The political thing messes up the football. You understand? When a man gets selfish and say, well, listen, his players need to be seen, and his players need to be, and these players, Harborview players are better than any other players, and Boys Town players are better than any other players, and Tivoli players are better than. You need somebody to come in and take a good look at the thing and build based on Jamaica and its culture. You understand? Because a person like myself, because of my speed, any man from Boys Town or any man from Santos probably come in and say, boy, Junior can't play because I'm not fast enough. But DV and Jumpy and them, and the God bless them soul, Daddy, Carvel, Mr. Masters, Roxy, rest in peace. These men give up their life to mold us together, and then all of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden, this monster hit the, and we're all youth. Glenn and Clark, and man start play behind the kid, and man start play ball like at another level. So can you imagine if this was a Jamaica team? And management, I bet you most Jamaicans don't know this. Most Jamaicans don't know. Somebody else have to come in because this is right before I left for scholarship. Do you know that Jamaica had a professional team back in my day in 81?
Okay.
With Arthur Latimore, Howie Bell, Jumpy Harris was a player coach, Diego, who else? Like all the top players. What's the other YouTuber from? All the top players, man. Danny Germs, all the top players. Guess what the name of the team is? Solomonic. Bunny Whalers players.
Bunny Whalers was playing the pro team.
Yes. Yes. And apparently, I was speaking to Jumpy too, and I was saying, Jumpy, whatever happened? Because when I left, but that team was supposed to tour and play the game at a high level and then go join, I think, a Caribbean, like a CONCACAF type situation. But apparently, it was the mastermind of Bob first. I think Bob wanted to do it.
Yeah,
and you remember they had House of Dread before?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of information because what has happened is that I don't even hear some of the stuff. I know you said that you didn't remember playing some of the games, like if we actually played qualifiers and
yeah.
I didn't hear some of the players who were on the national team with you. I know the Latimore person name came up who was on the national team with you.
Howie Bell
was on the national team with you.
Yeah.
What's his name? Latimore player from Barbic up that side.
Yes, from Ligani.
Yeah, what's his name again?
Arthur Latimore. Greatest left foot ever.
All right. Who again was on that team? The goalkeepers at that time.
Goalkeepers were, I think it's Arville
Edwards.
Yeah, and who else was in there? And a goalkeeper from country. DV wasn't there.
Wasn't Arville Edwards from
Santos?
Oh, he was from Santos, though he was at Veer.
No, it was at Santos.
But no, man, but he kept for Veer in schoolboy football.
Yeah, but he's older than me, so he's a senior to me. So Clennon will know. Clennon's a Veer man.
Okay. Okay,
Mm.
but those are some of the names you could remember on the national team.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
I think Bert Robinson did get called to our left back.
Oh, Clive Wedderburn. Devon Porter saying Spider. Spider was on.
Yes, 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 Spider.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
somebody saying that Arville Edwards is taxi father. That is Kemar Lawrence.
Oh, I didn't know this. I didn't know this.
I didn't know. I don't know if Mr. Dimension know because but he says he is. I don't know,
I
Mr.
didn't know this. Yeah,
Dimension. Might never put up wrong
yeah.
information. 'Cause I don't.
But big ballers, man. Big ballers. Big,
All right.
big, big ballers.
So I want to talk to you about now because I mean you're doing a great work in Canada. You're developing talent there. And you see the state of Jamaica's football,
Yeah.
right? Like yeah, like what I mean, tell us about what you're doing and how that compares to the develop. I don't want to say development of football in Jamaica.
Yeah. Look, you can't fight what's happening in Jamaica because I'm gonna. I hear a lot of people talking about Jamaica, but I'll give you some good news based on what I see. Based
Yeah.
on what I see. But yeah, so just a little journeys I went to just to give you how this football came around. I went to this university, Cheney State University, and in 83, 82 won the championship. Then came back to down when Harborview beat Boys Town.
That's a 6-3 game.
Yes. 6-3 or 4-3.
There was a 6-3 game when who was up? I think there was a game where Boys Town was up and you guys came back and beat them. And then when they met you again, you were up and they came back and beat you. You were part of them.
No, the one that beat me, I was the 80. That's 81 when I left. That's 81.
You were
That's
there.
yeah, we're 2-0 and they come 2-2 and go penalties.
And I heard that people were on their way home and they
Yeah.
turned to get back to the stadium.
Well, people on the way home setting up party at shopping center, man, and on the radio they hear it's 2-2. But the game go way over time, man. So I'm saying this to you. The referees, everybody involved in football at that time. All we go over there. But it all fun. It's all we all enjoyed. Oh, Ital Stewart, the great Ital Owen Stewart was my center forward. Clyde Gerardini. Well, you guys don't even know. You see Clyde Gerardini there?
Yeah,
He's a bullet.
I talked to him, but he don't want to do the interview. And he like to interview people, but he don't like.
Yeah, and big ups to Clyde Gerardini. Clyde Gerardini did this during the COVID bit there for Harborview. So we all got a chance to come on and share it. And I said, Clyde, is there any way you could battle this and create something special at Harborview? And then I see you doing it. I say, yeah, that is wonderful, man. It's great. So, but what happened is I went away and just came back for that game. Clen and them was playing Bauer, Hines, taking care of business at that time. And then we went to Cheney State, but my mother had applied for me in Canada.
You know that
So what happened is we won.
Hold on a sec, don't lose that because somebody just asked if we went to Cheney State with Wayne Lawson, aka Voodoo shot.
Yes, Shata. Yes.
All right, go ahead and talk.
Big ups to GSC Shata, yes. And Fisher.
Okay, so go ahead and finish sharing the story, yeah.
Yeah, he was there. I didn't know he was there. I went there and saw him. Myself and Mark Salmon got a scholarship there. So we won the championship with Shata. We won the championship. Shata, will tell you what, it was nice, wicked. And then my mother had applied for me in Canada. So what happened is, I didn't know this, but I was on the way down. We never even get a chance to celebrate it up, management. Never get a chance to celebrate because the season closed. We never get a chance to celebrate with the school. The season closed. And they said, boy, the dean at the school and provost said, when you come back, we're gonna do this huge celebration. And when I was on my way back to Philadelphia, they stopped me at the airport and say, hey, in your passport, you have a document that says you have to work for a year before you leave before you leave the country. So once I get landed and I come into the country, I have to stay there for a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that cut my scholarship, man. to Cheney State. Shot. So what happened is, because I had to work for a year, immediately my sister said, okay, good, you have to work for a year, then we have to apply for a job. My only job in football, the only professional team was the Blizzards, Toronto Blizzards. You know the NASL? The NASL?
Yeah, that was it. That was before the MLS and all of the NA.
Right. That was the Cosmos and
Cosmos.
Miami and that team. And
I
yeah.
think the time that Pele, that was the same Cosmos was when Pele.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And you know what? He had a youth named Jonas Somo. But that was 83, 84.
The Toronto was in the NASL at that time?
Yeah, man, we had the Blizzards.
The Blizzard? I didn't know that. I know
So
I didn't know that.
So I got put my resume together and everything, and connect up and get a trial and make it. So we're on the practice roster, 84, 83, 84, on the practice roster. Only two imports was myself and Johan Neeskens. You know Johan Neeskens from Neeskens and Cruyff used to play for Holland, the Dutch. That's Cruyff's partner. Johan Neeskens was here as well. So me and him were the only two imports. And then the league folded right on me, man. But the good news is that we had a league that was the top league here called NSL, which was professional league, but it was ethnic base. So you had Italian, Toronto, Italia. You had various, you had Portuguese, of which Denden. I'll give the story about Denden up here. First Portuguese. We had Serbia, and I was drafted out of the Blizzards to play with Panhellenic Olympic, which is a Greek team, which was between them and Italia was the richest team up here. So they became the professional league because they just embellish all the crowds and everything from NASL, right? From Toronto Blizzard. But it was very, very good. So I got an opportunity to travel all around the world, play world peace games, play with the top Greek players. And they treated me like royalty. There was nobody in the first year. In 83, we won. There was nobody else in the league that used to play that is Caribbean. And then I had a discussion with somebody with First Portuguese and landed Denden. So Dennis Hutchinson, the great Dennis Hutchinson dribbler. And then I don't know if you know a baller by the name of Mikey Murray.
Yeah, it's from the Murray brothers. Mikey.
Yeah, Mona.
Right. Yeah. Mona.
Mona, right? Yeah. Came over after in my later years.
My name is Omar Murray's father. Look at you.
Yeah, I don't know them after. I don't know the guys who came after. But yeah, so those are the only two players who were West Indian that came over and played. But the level of football was pretty high, but it is big time betting, right? So it's and it's a cultural warfare, eh? Time stadium, but it would be like Toronto Italia versus Panhellenic. And our owner used to own a sports store, Steve's Sports Shop, and a travel agency. One of the managers own a travel agency, but well-to-do people, look after you well, pay me decent and give me all sports car and all them things. Look after me well. And I actually had a contract to go culture in Germany. And then my mom got sick. So this is where now we're bringing, in terms of what I've seen in football, because I got a chance to travel world peace. You remember when in football, in England, all over the world, people were damaging the terraces. People were falling off terraces, breaking down the terraces, jumping, doing all sorts of damage. And then FIFA had to come up with the peace games where you had to walk in with the banner into the stadium. So they would take the top players in every country and travel around, and you walk out with the banner and tell people, you have to be safe, and they would restructure the stadiums and have, like in England now, it's a certain part of the stadium, people have to be seated. You understand? And
Right.
then the hooligans are in one section of the stadium at the back. So that was the time frame when football for me was at its highest. And then my mother got sick. My father, my stepfather, who was everything to her, he got cancer. The doctor reported that he had cancer, and it's like my mom she just couldn't deal with it, because that was like her life was falling apart from her. And I watched my mom lose her mind at 9 o'clock. When she put him to bed, she'd lose her mind. And then 6 o'clock in the morning, when she have to take care of him, she'll be back to normal. Between 9 o'clock and 6 a.m. in the morning, like I used to have to take up my mother and carry her to the washroom and take off her underclothes and make her use the washroom. And she would stare at me like she don't know me, man. It was a heartbreaking thing. But at that point in time, football was my money, right? Football was the way how I live. And I couldn't do it. I'd phone the coach and say, hey, I'm dealing with this situation and, don't know what to do. Manins, my stepfather died. And that day when my stepfather died in my mother's hands, she lost her mind, man. You know what it is? I get emotional today when I talk about it. You know what it is to carry your mother who is your world, and you have to carry her down to a hospital and put her in a mental ward, and then turn like you want to walk and leave her in there. When I was checking her in at the front desk, she tried to commit suicide. She ran out in the traffic, man. So right at that point in time, decision where it was hitting me now, it's like, why I can't continue this because my life falling apart. And I remember I said to myself, you know what? I'm not leaving my mother there. Carry her back. Carry her back. And although I had to go play in Germany, and that was all that I wanted, to just, I was at the highest level of football. I could play. The game was easy for me. I know I would have eat it up easily. I said to myself, you know what? There's something more important now than football. And my mom need help. My mom need me. Manins, I walk up and if anybody know Toronto, I walk up and down Toronto. I leave my mom inside the house. I walk up and down Toronto, Eglinton and Markham. Walk up and down the place for 2 hours until I see a church building. I push the door open. Never know what type of church it is. Push the door open, fall on my knees, and I'm there weeping. I'm telling you, man, devastated. And I said, God, if you allow my mom to see me for 1 hour and just recognize me for 1 hour, I serve you for the rest of my life. I remember saying that to him, but I don't remember what else, but I just weeping. Not one person came up to me, because it was a week there. Not one person came up to me in the church. I get up and I walk out of the church. The church with big doors, so it must be either Catholic church or one of them Anglican church. And I walk out, and my brother called me, and he said, Junior, I hear what happened to mom. Send her to Jamaica. My life changed, I'm in church, my life changed. And Manins, I say, when him said that to me, I realized all this time now I'm looking after my mother and she's not in my right mind. And my brother says, send her to Jamaica. That means he doesn't know how sick she is. And I start cursing him. I remember I'm thinking I'm all right with God, but him telling me God can save her. But me start cursing. to me start make up bad word, me start make up swear word and curse him because I realized no, he don't know how sick she is. So he want me send her to Jamaica and the people them confuse her more in church. And I'm gonna have to go kill somebody, I'm gonna have to kill him. So anyway, I hung up the phone on him and a week passed and him called me back and he said, Junior, my aunt going to Jamaica. Where can you just send her to Jamaica and promise you, man, nothing will happen to her? And I start cursing him again. But I said, listen, if you make my mother go to that church where you're talking about, man, and anybody confuse her and she commits suicide, I come in a killing you and I killing everybody in that church. Everybody in that church are killing everybody. So I'm begging you, don't even risk anything. And what's on my mind is I had one more World Peace Games to play. And so I said I would go do it and then let them carry mom to Jamaica. And she go down there. But what had happened is we have a tray, like a tray this big with medication. And that's the only way after you give her that medication for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, it stabilizes her because she moves slow, you know. And she was swelling, you know. But the doctor said that's the only way she would stay coherent and don't commit suicide. And she, you know, sometimes she looking at me and, you know, she's staring at you and she don't really have that look like she know who you are. She going for the coffee cup over here, but every morning she go over here, the coffee cup really over here. And it just devastating to see. Well, she goes to Jamaica and my brother phoned me and said, Junior, talk to mommy. She got baptized. She got filled with the Holy Ghost. I carry her to Wildman Street. I said, what? Mr. Wildman Street, where you carry my mother go to what? She filled with Holy Ghost? I start cussing him like crazy, cussing him. I said, put mommy on the phone. She put mommy on the phone and put mommy on the phone. My mother was a chain smoker, you know, management. First thing my mother said to me, she said, Junior, I don't like the taste of cigarette anymore. I said, Mom, don't worry about it. These people can't trick you. When you come back, I'll get you to love cigarette again. So this is, don't worry about it, Mom. Don't worry. Put Patrick back on the phone. Put Patrick back on the phone, and I went ballistic on him. That's the one that got Casey, you know. He was the one that got Casey. I went ballistic on him. And I said, listen, if my mom don't come back here by weekend, I'm coming to Jamaica. I'm killing you, everybody in that church. Everybody. She need to come back on time. Don't tell me about she's staying in Jamaica because I know that she might commit suicide. They don't know that. They don't know the severity of her sickness because the doctor told me her mind is permanently broken. Dr. Johnson. And I know they were, you know, if she go to church, I'm not going to tell her, you know, about drugs and everything, and she's not going to take her drugs right and whatever. Man, and she come home, and I noticed she start moving a little way, and, you know, but, you know, you're trying to deny it, you know, you're trying to go, well, no, maybe it's the sun, maybe the sun was good for her, and she moving a little bit faster, but she's still, you know, struggling. Then 2 weeks pass, I carry her to the doctor, and the doctor come out of the office, and his jaw is a black doctor, and him turn pink, and his jaw drop open, and he said, Junior, something happened to your mother. The drugs that we're giving her now is impacting her. I'm gonna let you take some time to take that drug bit by bit off. But he goes, do not change the pattern, because if she commits suicide, you will be my next patient. Mannings, I took the drugs, did what the man did, and take it from my mother. And from 1987 to now, my mother's mind is better than mine and yours.
So she's still living.
Still living and sharp. You can phone her and ask her for anybody's phone number, and she'll bam, give you the phone number. She's sharp like a wit.
Whoa.
Like a miracle. Eight of our family members went right into church. One day I'm at football and the Lord, we had tongues and interpretation, and the Lord speaking to my family and say, Junior, will you choose football or choose me? And I say, I choose you. And I walk away. I walk away from it, from the contract. And then never played any football, went into church, ministered for years, behind pray with people with their family till 2 a.m., 3 a.m. in the morning, went into information technology. God take care of me, look after me well, educate me, look after me well. And then my son grew up and said, Dad, I see the clippings, the newspaper clippings, some of the stuff that I sent to you.
Yeah.
He says, I see some of that stuff. He goes, can I play football?
So
Would you teach me?
let me just say this, people, because this is a fascinating story, right? I'm going to put some of the pictures on the Instagram page, but we're also gonna have to do a part two, because this we're at 2 hours now, and I know you preached this morning. I was at church, so we're gonna go on and close it properly, but we have to, because we never touch what you're doing now. I'm on all of that. So I know
Yeah.
how this is, and I still have a lot of comments, but I'm going to finish up. But yep. So just letting everyone know, we're gonna put up some of the pictures on the I am sure Instagram. All right, but just get some comments, and then you're gonna finish up with your son speaking to you, because we're transitioning to our next phase of how you got back into football.
Yes.
Coming out of
Yeah.
it. Football farm. I don't know if you're reading that. He says, did you say Karlsruhe in Germany
Yes. Culture in Germany. Yeah. Culture in Germany.
club, right? And then Jarvis Paris was saying you were talking about the Scarborough. I think the church that you were talking about was Scarborough.
No, the church that I was talking about is Wildman Street in
No, but you were
Jamaica.
talking about in Toronto when he says
Oh,
big
my
church.
church.
No man, he's saying that big church. Remember, he said went into this big church and kneel down.
Oh
And
yeah. Scarborough. Yeah, it's Markham and Eglinton. Yes, right in the midst of Scarborough. Yes.
right. And then Pastor Groves is a man that lives and breathes the word. It's a blessing that we have him as our leader at Masters Football Academy.
Big
Right.
up Ricky Titus is my coach, my head coach, man. Wicked Trinidadian national footballer, yes. And I had to train him too when he was younger, but he's my head coach now. Wicked winner. That's a winner right there.
Yeah, and then I see a next one here saying big up coach Devon Porter of Masters Football. This one has been contributing to Jamaica's football,
Yes.
and he deserves much respect for his tireless work in football around the globe.
Big
Uh,
ups.
and then
Devon. Yeah. I'm coming to those guys. We don't talk about our championship or win.
we don't even get into that. We don't even get into your daughter yet, because we're just going to touch the son, and all of these are football
Yes. Yes.
thoughts, and you wanting to be involved in Jamaica's football, or you work with other Jamaican, how many footballers, and
Yes.
we don't even
Yeah.
touch all of those things. So just go ahead now. You're at your son. Um,
Yeah. So my
people,
son.
hold on, people, can you just stay with us for 30 more minutes? So we do 2 hours and 30 minutes for this one. If you just bear with us, and then we give you part two in short order, right? If you agree with 30 more minutes, just give us a thumbs up, so we can know you will stay with us for 30 more minutes, so you can share how he got back into football, starting out with his son after being in church for a long time. All right?
Yeah.
Let's see
So
the thumbs going up, please. Go ahead.
yeah, so give it up cold turkey and walk away from it. And the Jamaican, obviously the Jamaican and Caribbean um, folks that were supporting me here, obviously, didn't like the fact that I walk away from it, because it would open doors for a lot of people, because it was opening doors for people in the NSL. So people would call me and go, Junior, you can still go church, and but they didn't know what was going on, They didn't know what was going on with me and my family. And my son said, Junior, Dad, can you show me like go through these pictures and tell me how you got there? And thanks to Vin Blaine, thanks to Alan, thanks to Cleland, thanks to Heineken, all of the Harborview posse, I have never told my kids a bedtime story without mentioning Harborview football. That's all they grew up on. Never. There's no fiction in my kids. They get Ital Stewart. They get Bath. We go Bath. They get the whole life of how we live. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark Salmon. They get these people are how we farm, dance, group. My wife did everything to make it perfect for myself and my family. My son just said that, if you train me, I want to do it. And he started training, and a coach out here in Pickering see him and say, can he play for the team? And when, a lot of stuff happened out here with the coaches, the coach said he was going to quit and the team was going to break up. So they go, can you coach? But at this time I was in my suit every day, from work and church. I was in my suit. So I would rush to training in my suit, train them while I'm in my suit, show up at games in my suit, and everybody would think I'm an EPL coach because I have a suit on the sideline. But it's because I'm rushing from church.
Our church.
Yes, running from church or work, right? So always in my suit. And then my son go through the system, and I trained my niece too, full scholarship at Buffalo on the Canadian national team. My son full scholarship at Duquesne University, and went with the national team as well, youth team. And then after Duquesne, we'll go into his resume, but because he spent time in PSV under 19, win the tournament with PSV. The left back had a $1.5 million offer, Brazil guy. So 3 of them got selected. My son, the left back, who is a Brazilian, and the center forward. Everybody else from various countries who came got let go. The center forward, 1.6 million, 2.5 million left back. And then my son, time of negotiation, I had to carry him back to finish his scholarships. So he finished his university scholarship, sociology degree. I know people would say different things about finishing football, doing football versus education, but that's it, the route that we take. And I told him, every summer he would go play in Europe because of my contacts and clubs.
At the youth level or Canada or?
No, Canada. He played Canada at the youth level, but not Jamaica. Yeah, no, he was on the 1988 bunch of players that were the best in Canada. They were the best team Canada have, man, 1988. But sad to say, he's the only one who was playing professional football up to last year. All of them left. But
why not Jamaica?
Well, wait. You're gonna let me get into another story here because people know about him in Jamaica.
Oh, they did.
Yes, because he was in Italy for 3 years, and then went to Serbia, Portugal, then back to Italy, went to England as well, then he went back to Italy for 1 year stint, then went to Malta. So he got married in Malta and had 3 kids, made himself a family man in Malta, and then came here to play the championship for me, and then COVID hit. So we made it to the championship. Big up to Ricky and Devon. We won the championship here. That put us into the Canadian championship to play against the CPL teams and the MLS teams. And I had to bring back some big players, right? So I brought him back, and then COVID hit. So he stayed here, and he's running my European program now, training European program for the youth, to prepare them for Europe while I do the scholarship programs.
I would love to know why he never represented Jamaica at the youth level.
Well,
it's not like
Hey, think about this, man. I tell you this. Think about the Harborview men who have been involved at the level of football over the years. The Harborview people who have been the head honchos over the years. How many of them?
Harborview persons. Well, I know that. I know Vin Blaine has been a part of the national coaching.
Women.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that any Harbor. I know a couple of times Ambassador Stuart Stevenson ran, but he never won. But who from Harborview? I can't remember any.
Carvel Stewart at the Casafa level.
Yeah, but I can't remember any Harborview persons.
So Mannings, man, you remember when we go back and we talk about how Jamaicans think, right? Are we doing the best thing for the country, or are we doing the best thing for ourselves? You understand?
Yeah.
So if you watch my son play, if you go back and watch any of his videos from university level in the US where people are hitting hard like this, him playing like Ronaldinho. That's how he's built.
Which university you played for in the US?
Duquesne University in Atlantic 10.
Okay.
Right? He's playing like Ronaldinho. From that's the way he plays. You ask any of these guys, when you watch him play, that's how he's built. Right? He's built that way. So the thing tested, tried and true because he was at PSV from his young, doing his thing. And we have now my other younger daughter who came up after, full scholarship to University of Houston, moved her to Grace University, finish up our education. And then she got a contract in Sweden and decided she wanted to stay here and do her teaching, want to come back here and do her teaching. And my youngest now is in Portugal, and in the 4th week was chosen as top player in the league in Portugal. So she's doing well for herself. She just picked up a hamstring strain, and for the last 2 games she have to cool out. But
she has been called up to Jamaica U teams.
Well, they know about her, and I've been meeting with her. I'll say that to you. I've been meeting with her.
How old is this daughter now?
She was the first one, by the way, NCAA, first one to be chosen as a captain in our rookie year. So she finished our university. She was captain in our rookie year, NCAA with Roberts. And so she finished our pre-med and studying for her medical exams. But she just playing football until she gets into do her medical exams. But she's going to do the same thing as Socrates. So another thing, they hear about these people from me. You know, the captain of Brazil, Socrates?
Yes.
That was Dr. Socrates?
Yes.
Yeah, she's going the same route. She studied to become a doctor, but she's going to play football because she love it. She love it.
I am glad that she gets a look in. You know, I always wonder, like, I don't understand, like a person like you who is connected to the football. I can understand that it is right, but I can understand someone who has been completely detached from, in terms of playing in, you know, with the football. But when a person like you have been a part of Harbour, you've been a part of football, you have kids who play at that level, played in the Portuguese league, played at that level, and represent Canada and not Jamaica, not because they probably wanted to, but because nobody reached out to them. Like, it always bothers me, and I hope that we can it need to stop this. We can't continue as a people this way. That we have Jamaicans all over the world who have the quality, and I don't know. There must be a solution. It can't be so hard that from all of my years growing up, there is no solution. Because this has not started. Tyrone Marshall's story is the same. I mean, he basically got called by accident. They came to somebody else and
Man, the most successful Jamaica team that you have was called together by a man who came from out of Brazil and coming to Jamaica and choose the players. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to look at what the problem is.
Talking about, yeah.
Huh?
That is the politics you're talking about.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you, and as long as Renee now settle down in Jamaica, then it become a part of the political structure too. Because after the time when he first come in, he can make a fair choice right across the country. Because he can come in fresh and say, listen, I know what you saying about this man, but I saw this man because he's been paid. But after he get ingrained in the thing for 2-3 years now, then all of a sudden he become a part of, well, you can't choose this man. You can't choose this man. You can't choose this man. You have to choose this man. You understand what I'm saying? So, but I want to get to the good news story in the sense that what I see in Jamaica, though, when I put my players together, we have over 268 plus players that we have put through to university scholarships, right? So we have done this. We have done this. Won the top league here. We have done this. Been very, very successful as an academy, and I put my players' video highlights together, resume and stuff together, and negotiate their scholarships with coaches in the US. When I see a Jamaican player send me YouTube highlights, and the stadium, I mean, they're all in uniform, they're all in proper boots, and the stadium exciting, and the stadium, it's a better look than my youth here in Canada. It's a better look. It actually is a better look. So you guys are doing a lot of things there that is good. The problem is the cohesive nature of how you build it is not there. Players who are extra talented move from one team to go to another team, and that affects development. Development is done where players stay together, and doesn't matter who winning or who losing, they stay together. And same with the national program.
Well,
Then if
yeah,
a player gets if a player gets successful and goes away on scholarship, we must put ourselves in the position that that player can come back into that group of players within a 3-week camp or something like that. So they form that bond and that harmony as the group that is going to represent our country. Look how many of us, I'm glad that people are talking about me, behind with Alan Cole and these are the best. These people, if you ever see these people do things in the stadium, it will, yeah. But what happened if we had kept all that talent together?
let me
Jamaica,
in theory,
Jamaica. But
in theory, you're absolutely right that it shouldn't be about the big win in youth football should not be the cup. It is the player. Like the biggest winners should not be the cup that the school gets. It is where the players progress to. Because it can be a biggest win wherever you are. So here's the issue I have. From your time, you know this, that the schools were recruiting. This is recruiting in schools here is not a new thing, right? So what you have can work, because what you have is not players being built by the school. It's been built through your academy.
yeah,
Which is probably what needs to happen. Where
yeah.
probably you have something that is successful. So my question to you is it difficult for you as a Jamaican in Canada? You have the clubhouse, you have a house where you have video room, you have place for the players to have bath, indoor facility, turf, grass field, all of those things you have. Is it difficult for you to talk to the powers that be to try to replicate or to duplicate the success you have here in Jamaica?
Yes, man is man. The willingness to do it is the key, the willingness. Because look, it's not like we don't have a track record. You understand? We have a track record of what fails, and we have a track record of what succeeds. You understand? Renee Simeois came to Jamaica, was able from a fresh start select people. Claude Ramos, when he came to Jamaica, that's the first time myself and Mark Salmon get called to the national program. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So what happened is people have the information there. It's just that we have to look what's successful. We have to take a broad look from what is available and no biases. You understand? No biases of, well, this club going to get this if that happen and this going to get this. But the willingness for Jamaica to succeed and not just me. You see this thing when we do the me thing? It's a tough thing. Unless, man, that's why I said people have to get filled with the Holy Ghost so they can cut out the flesh. But this me thing is what holding us back in Jamaica, because the level of football, I have seen it across the world. I've seen that Jamaicans have it. Look, I go to Tranmere Rovers. I am, the club Pepe, I think Pepe was in Tranmere Rovers too, right? In England.
Yeah, he was at Tranmere, yes.
Yeah. I go to Tranmere Rovers and carry my under 16 team. Yes, my under 16 team. So they let me train their under 16s for a week, and they train mine. And we played against each other. Okay? Sheffield Wednesday or Sheffield United as well, same thing. And this coach in Tranmere was voted coach of the year, youth coach of the year. This man allowed me to train their players. When I look at their players, Mannings, man, their players don't have the framework, the agility like the Jamaican players and like my players from Canada had. Because in Canada, you have a choice of the Canadian kids growing up and the Mexicans and the South Americans, the Ecuadorians, the Chileans, and the Jamaicans, the Caribbeans, so you have that mix, you understand? And I am looking at Tranmere Rovers. And when I look at these players, when I'm not disrespecting anybody, but when you baby, like horses just born, a baby horse. I was telling my players this the other day. Baby horses, they're just born. They're wobbling. They are camels. They're wobbling. They're just finding their footing. They barely have the agility to move around, but they just barely. When I watch the guys warming up, and I'm warming them up and I'm playing with them, they don't have what we have, the athletic ability. But by the time they get up into under 19,
yeah,
they're playing a different level of football. So what is the difference? Why is it now if we take that under 13 group in Jamaica with all the agility and all the Jamaicanism that we have, the Brocky-Booism, the everything that we have, the speed, and we mold that together into our culture, and we keep those players together. If you leave, you come back. If you leave, you come back. But we have to have the willingness to do it. We can do it, but we have to have the willingness to do it. But we're thinking self. We're thinking self. We're not thinking overall Jamaica football. We're saying, at what point am I going to get the glory? You see what I'm saying? You can hear people come on the program and you hear people looking for glory, and they, this person come from my this, and they come from my this, and they come from my this. Everything is my. No. At some point, we have to look at the greater good. The greater good is Jamaica has suffered. Why haven't we suffered at the track and field events the way we've suffered in football? You know why? Because it's individual. It's an individual sport. You understand? It's an individual. We're bypassing the isms and the schisms, and man just fast.
Let me give you something, and then I'm gonna take some comments. Watch it. So I was saying to some, I had to do some presentation to some youngsters. So I was saying to them, that people always say teamwork make the dream work. I look around and say, in Jamaica, teamwork make the war start. To pivot my conversation, but let me take this. This is Everton Irish saying sometimes a coach comes to Canada to select a Jamaican player is biased and don't contact the top players. He's saying that if you're Jamaican and you live in Canada and somebody from Jamaica say he's scouting, they don't even talk to the top players. So what the person is saying is that so when they come back, they say they didn't find anybody because they didn't ask for the top players.
Yes.
It's like they went on a mission just to go. What he's suggesting is that they went on the mission to go on the mission, but they didn't go with an intent. There you go.
Man, how can people come from Jamaica and come to Toronto and don't call me? And don't ask me. I'm a pastor. I'm not going to tell nobody no lie. I'm going to say, hey, a good baller this is a great baller. This one don't come from my academy, but that one great. That's a great baller. I have a facility, ask Devon Porter. Devon Porter and myself sit down at the facility going, at some point we can get the Jamaica team to come up here and just chill. Just relax. That's what we're thinking. That's how we're thinking.
Yeah. Well, let me look at this because I have so many things to ask you. There's a solution to Jamaica football right now. It is an easy one. This is Rick Titus, the Trini.
Yes.
Listen, the Trini, I need to talk to you because I needed to tell me the solution to Jamaica football and Trinidad football because the two of them need some something right now. So we're going to talk, right? Too much bad man run the football. We have the players. We can do it. I agree with that. Put country first. There you go. And then Freddie, how you doing? This is Ultimate Butler right here. So, Junior, coaching is a big issue in Jamaica. That was it. Yeah, you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I can respond to it. Listen.
Ultimate Freddie Butler.
Yeah, man, Ultimate come after me, man. Ultimate, big up Steve, eh? Respect. Yeah, we say, but Ultimate, think about this. Even coaching, even coaching, to get to the level of coaching and to get the cohesiveness in how the coaching styles and what we're going to train and teaching the players. It's dependent on who you're going to let through. Who are you going to let in the next? Who are you going to let through in the next license sessions that are running? Eh? If I am from, I'm not use a team name, but let me say Ligani. If I'm from Ligani and I control the thing, I'm gonna get all my Ligani coaches in there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying to you that will to do something for the betterment of the country, unify the country, something for the betterment of the country. Somebody needs to come forward and go, like a Babsy Grange and say, well, listen, we're going to look at this. And once we see any selfish move, we go, that you out, you out, you out. And watch what happens. People will start act in a way, in a manner that is not selfish. It's not about Boys Town, Harborview, Santos, da, 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 da. It's about the football level in Jamaica. We have cheated Jamaica for years. So much quality. Mannings, when I look at the Tranmere Rovers youth, I see them at 19 and gone, man, playing in championship and EPL. And when me look, our youth them can't make it because of bad mind things. Because of, this and that. And then somebody just, hey, after a while, you're going to give up. After a while, you see so much things happen where if you're not with this group, things don't work out. After a while, it gets to the head of the players and they don't train the same. Yeah. You understand? So when Altimon says is coaching, you can be the best coach in the world, but if you don't have the players' mind, you have to have the players' mind. The players have to see. You have to be able to give that player a vision of where they're going. And guess what happened? If the people above you taking away the vision, why am I coming to training? Why am I working this hard? See, so now you get the idea. Now you get my answer, eh? Yeah. I see.
Every time
the right people have to be involved, man. The right people have to be involved.
Yep. Somebody is saying that, for example, in 2017, 2018, the USA coaches that were sent to select past Jamaican players, to select past Jamaican player Zovel Irie. The coach did not contact her until he was returning to Jamaica, which is, you understand what I'm saying? So what this person is saying is that they came to look for Jamaican players, but Zovel Irie did not know that they came to look for Jamaican players until they were on their way back to Jamaica. And I'm saying, but there are enough people in the USA that can help with this process.
Yeah.
There are enough Jamaicans.
In Canada too.
And Canada, that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it so hard? Listen, I'm on different platforms, and I'm telling you, you check any of these platforms. I said, let me not check anyone. We can't even disagree respectfully anymore. And we don't realize that as a society, football is so bad because as a people, we are so far apart. And like I said, that football needs change. But we can't continue like this. Like my position right now is, listen, we need to just start find some 12-year-olds. I said it recently, I say it again. We need to go across the island and find some 12-year-olds or 10-year-olds in every parish, so that every parish is represented. And like you said, every week you have them meet and you work with them. You see, you start out with 100, you get it down to 50. By the time they get to under 12, they are 50. By the time they get to under 14, it's around 25. But you have them.
Mannings, think about this. If in that group, 9 of them come out of, let's say 14 of them come out of Masters Football Academy. Okay? Let's say Masters Football Academy was sitting somewhere in Jamaica, in Portland. And 14 of them come out of Masters Football Academy. They happen to be the best, but they come out of Masters Football Academy. A man go say, hey, you can't do that. You have to bring in this. You have to bring in that one. You have to bring in. So there's nobody that is trusted at the top to make that decision that says, for the greater good, we're going to do this the right way. You understand what I'm saying? So that we have to peel it back in our minds. We have to peel it back, and we have to get raw. Because look, I won in 2010. They gave me an award for called the Madiba Award for.
I have it. I put up a picture, and I want to do the next interview. I'm going to put up all of those pictures, and but go ahead and share.
Yeah, they gave me the Madiba Award from Nelson Mandela for the work that I've done in the community with the academy. But it's all centered around God saying to me, what I did for my kids, now do it for his. So all these kids come in, and now I have to treat them just like my kids because it's God's children. You understand? Don't care if they're Muslim, if they're this, if they're that. It don't matter. It's God's people. You understand? So you have to now take a different view on it now. It's not, you're not doing it for self. My kids will come in and say, Dad, you would do this. You would go and fix this if such and such from the academy call you. How come when I call you, you're not doing it? Because my kids now even start feeling like I look after the academy more than I look after them. But it is just because God told me, listen, this is the way it's supposed to be done. You look after your kids, now look after mine. Man, when Nelson Mandela, he said this thing, Mannings, and I think Jamaican people don't get a hold of this. He said, sports give kids hope when there's no hope. And think about it. Think about it. What we're going through in Jamaica, what we need is a transformation and give the kids something that is hope. Now, let me explain to you what that means. When you break down Nelson Mandela's thinking, is there is bombs in Afghanistan, and then a little quiet, and you see a man put out two cans here, two cans, and two kids playing soccer against each other with a box or with something, right? And when a man score a goal or whatever, and they score, the one kid looking at the other kid and go, you see, tomorrow, you're not going to win enough. So sports is giving that kid hope to live for tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? So Jamaican people have not gotten a hold of what sports can do to a country. Now, I remember I said to you, I've been all over the world playing football, right? So I've been to Sweden, Denmark. You know the taxes in Sweden are astronomical. You know why? You know why, Mannings? You know why?
No. Why?
Do you know the clubs in those countries, the clubs and the academies don't own the facilities? The government give it to them and take care of the fields. And they're just there to run the everyday. Big Bromby IF, Bromby, who you see is in Champions League.
Right. In the Swedish team, yes.
The Swedish team. Everybody who work in that stadium volunteer their time so that the players can get paid the highest money. Wow. you understand? Everybody up to the commissioner, the guy who run the whole thing.
Need to do a forum in Jamaica and share some of these stuff, man, to the footballing stakeholders.
Yeah, but think about this, man. The country has, when we went to play in the tournament, 21 fields, pristine fields. I said to them, how did they get these fields like this? They go, it's like this every day. How? It's the government maintain the fields. Why? Because they want the kids in sports. The coaches get a per diem. The coaches get a per diem from the government. The coaches, the academy coaches, not paid by the academy. They get a per diem from the government.
Whoa.
You understand what I'm saying? Why? Why? Because they pick up on what Mandela saw. What Mandela saw is sports give kids or people hope when there's no hope. So it make you last for the next day and the next day and the next day. And then finally the light shine and you get a little break, you get a little job, you get a little, you know what I'm saying? But we've lost that in our country. And it's sad to say, but I'd love to be able to help, but we have to get rid of that thing that says, if it's not about me and if I'm not going to shine, if it's not my academy, if it's not me, there's the, no, I have kids playing all over the world now, doing well. But I've never marketed my academy based on all these kids who do well. You know why? Because I did this for a different reason. I never did this to market my academy. I did this to help the youth, God's people. You understand? When God brings somebody to me, I take care of them. You know what I'm saying? And you can't market your thing. You can't market how well a kid doing in Europe and this and that to just highlight you. Because we're not going to take you. Just you. And it have to be for the greater good. The youth have to live. The youth have to find joy. I just managed. I had such a good time growing up in that place called Harborview, and with those fine people that take care of me. Guess what happened? I would love for every footballer. Ask them. I tell them all the time. And when I talk to the parents and everything, they hear me cry. I say, I just want you guys to experience what I experienced in Harborview. Because I can take on any problem in my family right now. Any problems that come in my family. You know why? Because I had such a great youth. Such a great youth. I can just reflect back on my youth. I can reflect back on Ken and Clark and Heineken and when we design it and when we start put it on teams and then look on each other. I have that joy. And I just want that for my academy. That's how I just want these youth and all the Jamaican people I'm thinking about, all these men who come through football and is robbed of what your Ultimate Butler talking about. All of these guys who were in that house saying they enjoy Bibi. All of them said they enjoy each other. That's how I grew up. That's why we were so good when we play. We know each other inside and out. And that's what Jamaica is missing right now. A fierce slate, select the best players, and then somebody with the willingness corporately, the kickbacks from government, anything to get corporate in there, that you keep these players together. Because you have to. Players are going to leave Jamaica. You have to get them back. Anyway, God bless you. I don't want to take any more of your time.
Listen, people, listen, that is 2.5 hours. Well, 2.5 hours and 2 minutes extra, but that the extra 2 minutes is for the time that we're trying to sort out the audio. So you got 2.5 hours. But listen, we have just scratched the surface, right? And Mr. Groves, the legend Mr. Groove, is going to be back because there's a whole next part of the story that we need to get into. Right?
Manage, we can't say that until you pay the invoice.
Yeah. So people don't worry, we're going to pay the invoice. Mr. Porter, hey, Mr. Porter, you remember that check that I gave you? It was not for you, so please ensure that.
One love, Jamaica. Love you guys, man. Love you guys.
Yeah, they have all the Harborview people in there, so come on, just greet them before you go because
MFA Heights, all the MFA Heights were on, past and present. God bless you guys in the academy. God bless you all, Harborview Heights. Jamaica, big up. Love you all the time. Wish I could have stayed longer and played longer in front of you. But love you all the time. Great memories.
Yeah, man. So we are going to do this again. We're going to do a part 2. Hopefully within, and I know this is a good thing now with everybody in the States right now. It's easier to get a hold of them because everything pull them have to stay indoors. They have nothing to do but to stay home.
Well, hey, with us it's kind of different because we have our private facility, so we are training constantly.
I just want to know that you have several Canadians in here now, people from your academy and people out of Canada. So go ahead and greet them as well.
Yeah, man. All right. Love you all. Love you all. So thank you very much for actually, taking the time to do this. Come on to listen. And my community up here is just as sharp as the community that I grew up in. And I try to give back everything that I had. And for all the people who, bless me, even Boa supposed to be here with me now. Boa just getting sorted out.
I sent him the link, so you should be watching.
No man, Boa. I'm roping in Boa, man. I'm roping in Boa.
You saw his interview?
Yeah, man. Him come in and help me a little bit and go on a little bit, and then we had to work out his work situation, but him coming back in.
Okay.
Coming back in fine style. Big up to Linval Mackenzie, who grew up with me as a little youth, coming and carrying our boots, and then I hear Linval take it over big time. Linval do him thing big time as captain of Harborview and did well. I think Jamaica national team too, yeah?
Yeah.
See my daughter there, Jerusalem.
Oh, This is Easy Grooves.
No, that's Jerusalem. That's the one that went to Sweden and then come back here to the teaching now.
Oh, I gave up on the football.
Yeah. But she still play with me here. When we go play, we're gonna play in League One next year, so she's still gonna play.
All right. So there you have it. This is part one. I want to thank you again.
Big up Mockingbird.
Yeah. I mean, so many comments
All
because
my Woolmerians, big up. Although I told you I was taking for KC and pass for Woolmers, Woolmers for life. Maroon and goal, you know it go?
you're not bigging up the people. You're not bigging up the people from Calabar because you went up there to try.
the green and black turned me off. No, I'm just kidding. Love you guys too, man. All of Jamaica, you know it go? Hey, Mannings, don't tell the other of you, man, them, but Santos called me over there too, went over there, Falco.
Did you mention Roger Martin? Yes, he did. He did when he was naming out.
Yeah.
And thing.
Mannings went over to Santos for a little too, but no half of you, man, know about it either.
You so like Sir DV who went at Kiefer Tivoli,
No, Santos, man, eh? No, but I just don't like that moving business. So I'm good. I love it, love football, man. Love you guys. But you know what? I find the God of football, and I decided I would give that back to when the Lord had me give it up. I give it up, and now Him give it back to me. So now I can show them who the God of football is. That's Jesus Christ.
Amen. People, listen. We have to do a part 2, right? To just find out the principles in his academy, the structural stuff that can be, we look for transferable principles, right? And how important faith is to kind of have this mindset where it's not about me. And that's what the football needs. The football needs at all levels in Jamaica, not about me, people. And I always say this to people: listen, if I get a youngster from a particular background to a place where he plays football with me and he goes to college and I never win a title, but his family change, life change,
Glory.
better to me than any trophy, than any cup, than any medal. Because at the end of the day, if people are winning in life and you aid in that process, we win. And I think we need to have that selfless thought. And so I want to advise the people who are listening. I always say this to you: be the change you want to see. Number one. The next thing, before you look out the window, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and ask yourself. Don't look out the window. It's easy to point fingers at other people. Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and see. And don't be like the man who looks in the mirror, see what kind of man he is, and walks away. That's what the scripture says. He walks away forgetting the kind of man he is. When you look in the mirror and you see things, you change it.
Change.
Changes. Yeah, man. We see Ivy Groves in here as well. Future Jamaica International.
That's easy right there from Portugal. It's late now, what's she doing up at this time of night? At 6 hours?
She's going to be burning it up with Bonnie Shaw. You understand me? At the World Cup.
Hey, that anything over half like that, shoot it up.
That's not
Go half like that.
Jeru said when you see Jamaica lifting the World Cup, you're gonna say, "Oh my God, can I just get there?"
Yeah.
All right, bless you, and your family. Please take care. Keep up the good work, and on behalf of the Harborview fan base, the Jamaican football fraternity, we want to say thank you to you for the work you have done. Because I mean, there are other parts where you're helping other Jamaicans over there. And so we want to say a big thank you to you for all that you have done to aid the football, for what you have shared tonight, to be so open to share. My mother had she gave her life on her deathbed, and the first thing I tell people, the first thing when I finished university that I had to do was to bury my mother. It was one of the hardest things to deal with. And just changed my life. And so your testimony, I know that will impact people's life as well, because it's not about the sport, it's about the goodness of God.
Amen.
That's the biggest testimony. It's not how well the academy does, it's how well we live. We show Jesus to the world. And so
He's the God of the sport.
So thank you again for coming on.
No problem.
Other conversations with you.
Mannings, can I give a special big up for all those people who went out of their way and started Harborview, and Carville Stewart spent a lot of his money and a lot of his time, his family time, to look after me, and Mr. Masters, God, rest his soul, Roxy, my manager, man, we call him Manage, and Vinny Blaine, Tunko, Dogs, all of these men just make my life wonderful, so God used them in a miraculous way to grow me, and I respect these men,
Yeah. I see Mark Skipper Ledford saying, I think Linval Mackenzie passed. Big up, Mark.
Yeah, Linval Mackenzie passed. God rest his soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Came after me as a captain in Harborview and did very well. I think he played the national team too. Did very well.
Yeah. Here we go. Listen, Jerusalem, I'm telling you, when you see Easy lifting up the trophy, you're going to that classroom and head to wherever that World Cup is being played. I tell you that, right?
Yeah, they have the personnel, I tell you, they have the personnel. Just get the right people and do it, yeah?
Yeah, man. Clennon Clark, big up the man who always have all the history. People, stop telling me to interview Clennon Clark. He's not ready yet. He's behind the scenes.
You got to interview him.
He's behind the scenes. When I get to New York, I'm going to have to talk to him one-on-one because he cannot be behind the scenes when I'm there beside him. That's what I have to do with him. But I want to say a big thank you again to all of you. Please, if you have not yet hit the like button, so when Pastor goes and watch it, he sees over 100 likes, right? So please hit the like button. He's going to watch it after this. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I want to say a big thank you again. Some of you left the football game. If you're in Jamaica, your rice and peas is cold right now. But don't worry about it. What we used to do is just put it back on the stove, turn it down a little bit and warm it up again. It tastes a whole lot better that way, right? You probably missed your basketball game to stay with us for this couple of hours. So we really, really want to say a big thank you for staying with us and supporting the channel. Mark Ledford said what Juni and Balance playing together.
Yes. Yeah, great Conrad Mullins. How can I not mention Conrad Mullins? And Billy Perkins too. Yeah, man. I was a youngster growing up with them playing, man. Yes. Wonderful.
Let's up Sir Mark Ledford, the Carnival College man. What other man?
People, please just hit the likes for the love. Use your love and hit the likes.
Yeah, man.
Big up Mannings, man. One love, eh?
Yeah, man. All right. Thank you. Listen, I want to also say a big thank you to Tricknick. Tricknick is our sponsor. They're a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada, and they use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. They have all you need for your barbecue and your jerk needs. If you shop at www.tricknick.ca and use the code IamSureSports001, you'll get a 25% discount on all their products. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just show you 2 videos of some Tricknick products so you can go out and get your Tricknick product. They also have a book with the recipes that you can use. It's really, really good. Check them out.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Tricknick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?